His Facebook.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Tales of the Yawning Portal. Apologies we weren't here last week. We had 3 party members down, so we decided to not stream 2 people getting killed by, well, everything.
I was going to say, by what? Tell me.
Last week was unfortunate. Last session was unfortunately the last session for our Total Barbarian Cleric, at least until he comes back from uni. However, we do have a new player. We shall invite him as soon as his character's found to tell us a bit about the character. Don't worry, he'll be in any second. To refresh the minds of those that haven't had a chance to listen,
And me.
and those that are playing, Durek has been telling another one of his tales. The players are living the adventure as if they run it with him. He's telling the tales of White Plume Mountain, snatching people from nearby. Some nefarious organisation possibly using it as a base, or some malign spirits taking them for rituals. The party were paid to go and investigate. Durek hired those he trusts. Why, I don't know.
Because I'm the one that killed everyone.
And our brave Total was last seen in a running battle one-on-one with an Efreet.
The chip.
We now regain the adventure, return to the return to the battles, return to the adventures of our party. We have.
I didn't know you were in, so that's good. Did you get?
Okay, and Alan is playing, sorry.
I'm playing Altman, the charismatic dwarf pimp.
Well, you think
Charismatic dwarf pimp, did I hear that right?
Well,
actually, you're a half orc though.
half orc, am I? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, half orc. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Stand a chance now.
Marty has been shut out of the room where Telcook and the Ifrit are fighting, and you come to a corridor with a T-junction at the end. You see down one side, I can only go so far, there we go. You see the corridor has 2 doors, one at either end. You guys might not, because I haven't zoomed out enough. So it goes quite a way to the party's left, to a door at the bottom, or you go to the right, there's a door at the top. The door at the top has the sound of splashing, literally like someone splashing in the water.
Like lapsadaisical? Daisical?
No,
or like
like
drowning?
help me, I'm drowning.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's go down to the bottom one. That sounds
it sounds like
Nice
the
to have
North
you,
Door.
Stuart.
It sounds like the issue with the North Door will resolve itself.
it'll stop. The noise will stop eventually.
Sink or swim. It's fine.
It was
gonna
nice
take
to
my-
meet you, Stuart.
Yeah, thank you very much.
To be fair, I did one session once where they were just introducing me, and all the team had to do was climb into this modified bag of holding,
Sure.
open a chest, and walk down the stairs. 2 hours later, I'm still stood behind this door,
Okay.
and I'm like,
But in fairness,
I don't want to play with you guys.
Like the door with the gaping maw. You there's a red flag there, isn't there?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
there's like step into a bag of holding. Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
Hey, no one that's gone in has ever complained.
Or come back to complain.
Yeah.
Look, obviously goes somewhere. It smells a bit when I open it though.
Shall we?
I'll go to open
yeah.
the door on the right.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, it'll follow.
But I'm opening it, I ain't going in it.
Everybody else going up?
Yeah.
Is Garion going to stand guard? in case
Garion
Telcook
will stand here in
That's
case
what
Telcook returns, and then we'll
Excellent.
follow you all later. And you open the door. You find.
Thank God I won my glasses.
I can zoom back in now that you guys aren't looking that far away.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
You see a young human. Young?
No, he's 47.
Okay.
Seen better type days.
So
Yeah,
no,
so
a young
young,
human.
Young for an
Very
elf.
young for an elf.
Young for an elf. Human.
Why is mine bigger than this?
Drowning in the river. There seems to be some force. The river is moving quite swiftly from the top end of the chamber and out through the side wall. But the person is being held perfectly in the middle as the water moves around them and almost being dunked under from underneath.
Yeah. It's like the concert of 47. This is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So who's going to act first?
I am going to take my
whip.
my whip.
I am going to get down.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna turn it the other way round, so I've got the owie end and throw him the handle.
Okay.
What would you like me to roll on that situation?
Don't actually think you need to roll me anything.
Might be Remy.
I think Remy has to roll to catch it.
Okay, I'm going to borrow.
If you don't, I have a backup.
I'm presuming it's a D20.
Although, please bear with me because I only have 2 magic slots.
At last, fans, to answer my plea. And which? Sorry, you have to
So
give
I
me.
need you to roll me a dexterity, just a D20.
Alright, that's fine.
And add your dexterity modifier.
Well, that'll be a dirty 21.
Nice. Okay, you almost as if there's a magnet in your hand. This whip lands, smack in your palm. You grab it. The half-orc's strength allows him to steady himself, and you could climb onto the bank.
All right, very good, very good.
So,
I owe you a debt, good sir.
Cool.
But
So our party's
I
momentarily
just want to
stunned.
be like hugging me and being like, all right, you okay?
yeah.
That's literally
That'd
the
be you
most
going.
successful thing we've ever done.
From my angle, it looked like a 3.
2 actions,
and I was
1
like,
roll. Mission successful.
By the time we get you out, normally half of us would be unconscious, half of us would be swept away.
someone's making out.
And the
with
river
a
would have dried up 2 or 3 times
oh yeah,
ago.
what was
Yeah.
it? Who was it? Was it
Telcook.
Telcook was like, don't worry about me, guys. I can breathe under. Well, I can hold my breath for like 3 hours.
And then he went
dived
underwater.
into water, ended up snogging a mermaid, and nearly died.
The
And we're
way
just
mermaids work in D&D is they take all the air out your lungs.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
even if you can hold your breath for an hour, if you have no breath, you can't hold it.
Yeah, well, I get the look at it.
So this mermaid dragged him to the bottom of the river, of the lake. After he'd said, "Don't worry about me, I can breathe forever."
So we're all stood there going,
Then
he's making out with that mermaid. Go on, lads.
And he's going, and they were like, "Go on!"
A solid 3 hours later, his corpse gradually floats
To
to
be
the top.
fair, I'm surprised Teal'c made it as far as he did. To be honest,
He
So,
did.
like he pretty Telcook, sorry. I keep calling him Teal'c.
We have to
what-
heal him a lot.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuart, would you
Yeah.
like to introduce Remy to the party?
Okay, so I'll recap a little bit on what I said earlier. Remy, the voice for Solar, has been a entertainer for near on 20 years.
Does he make the audience face the other way?
Not that kind of entertainer.
Oh, okay.
To great renown. In fact, it's been claimed, or maybe he pushes this, that the very musical scales themselves have been named after him. Re, mi, fa, sol, la. He
I like it.
yeah.
I knew Matt just went. Oh,
you got to have something to hang your hat on, haven't you? Really. He gave up that life though after staging his own death. Went out after a very successful concert in a tavern filled with drunkards and cheap company. Went to the outhouse at the back and sang himself a lullaby so pure he fell into a death-like slumber. And after he came around, was able to make his escape to a swing. He now travels the realms as his own tribute act and spreads rumours about his ongoing success and life in far off places. But he does suffer from that complex of he has attained great fame and he just dare not let go of it.
So would we recognise Remy?
Good question.
Yeah.
Would you recognise him? Chirp, I presume.
I was going to say, I got an imagine of you sort of like going, oh my god, it's Remy!
Yeah, that's what I...
And he's like, no.
You can choose whether you wish to roll me intelligence or wisdom. Obviously not Remy. Chur, I will give you advantage on the roll because as a fellow bard, you're more likely to recognise him.
Sweet. Sorry, what were we rolling?
Either Facebook.
Roll me a Facebook check!
Roll me a quick Facebook.
Oh, someone at Facebook rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, because they've gone down, haven't they?
Facebook,
Either
Instagram,
either
and
roll,
WhatsApp are down, which is
intelligence
very useful
or
for
wisdom.
someone running a business.
I feel that might be a personal attack on
21.
Mr. Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Nice.
Intelligence. And I've rolled it on the app so you can see it.
Wife sex ready.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Thank God for
that was
that.
Smiler, did you roll one?
Did I roll?
Intelligence or wisdom?
Can't spell wisdom, so that's a good start. Why do I not have wisdom? Oh, it's there, that's why. Did I? I feel like it rolled, but I didn't see anything.
Yeah, so
24.
fans have answered my call. I owe you a debt, good sir. I guess that's where
24.
Remy should hand.
All three of you recognise Remy. Between the party, we got a 20, a natural 20, a 21, and a 24. So everybody recognises Remy. In fact, you.
So I'm like,
probably doesn't help, but he's still in the same.
First of all, I'm like, whoa, chill out. Oh my god, you're wrecked! Quick, get a picture.
Probably doesn't help that he's wearing the same jumpsuit that he was.
You have performed with Chirp before. You know, this is like Bowie and Mercury meeting again after Band Aid.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I can see you two all recognise.
It
It is I,
Except
it's
without
not
talent.
good.
the great Remy Fasola.
In this case, Bowie was untalented.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so Church just dumpstering. I thought you were dead.
Yes, my tales of my demise have been greatly exaggerated by me, no less. But keep that to yourself, sir.
No, right.
Chirp looked around the dungeon and was like, who the fuck am I going to tell?
But I am so pleased, of course. Who else would come to my call with cries of aid but Church himself and his friends and companions?
Could you sign my friend's bagpipes for him? He's a real big fan.
Remy no longer signs, but I do have cards. I pass.
Ah.
Yes,
very
staple this
cheap.
to the bagpipe.
Could
Could you sign my chest? Ah!
Unfortunately, the ink has ran a little with the water.
It's just why it's just magnets cardboard.
It's more like blotting paper, let's be honest. Parchment is not the best, is it?
I love it. Right, guys.
we'll
The
sell
other
this-
things in this room.
We'll sell this for millions on the black market.
There are
The
several.
other thing.
kites.
Oh yeah, the room.
And how did you get past the Sphinx?
Slowly.
Really.
Two of us knew the answer to every riddle, but we couldn't get involved.
Yeah. Elaborate sign language from those that were behind the Sphinx.
I must admit, I didn't get all of them. When I listened to it, I didn't get all of them. I disagreed with the first one. That didn't help.
Yeah, I think we all did. I think we were all like,
Echo. I'm like, how's an echo here? My answer was far better, which was an empty glass, empty crystal glass.
Ooh, what was the clue again?
Your,
What
you think I
speaks
remember?
without
your
mouth.
Here's without ears.
Has no body and responds to wind or something like that. Comes
triggered
alive
by
with wind.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I figured, well, it's obviously an empty crystal glass because though a glass has lips, when you look your finger around the rim, it speaks without a mouth. What were the other things again now?
Hearing.
Hearing. Well, if you sing at the right note, it reverberates. It hears you. It has no body until you fill it with a body of liquid.
Yep.
And responds to wind. If you blow across the top, as long as it's fluted, you know, it'll whistle. So that was my. And then you said echo. It's like.
I'll be honest, all of us went. What?
But I didn't get the was it the single people on the boat and the teapot completely broke. I actually paused it and stormed off like tea in a minute. Teapot.
Yeah, I only knew that because my youngest daughter had probably that one previously.
Yeah.
So I was going to say most of them I only knew because of hearing them before. Yeah. All of them's like, you sons of bitches, I remember that.
Yeah. See, I didn't get any of the ones in The Hobbit when I watched that. I was like,
That's why I'm not allowed to play certain quiz games, because I played it that many times. When I get an answer wrong, it burns into my brain, and it's like that. I'll never forget that. Like that one weird fact will be there forever because I got it wrong.
That you lost.
Yeah.
That must be terrible.
Yeah, it's a horrible existence, but it's one of the few things my dad did. Shremmed into us. It's like, you must win at all costs.
Alan's there with the
This has turned into a therapy session, hasn't it?
It always does.
20 minutes and we're on to parents.
I was going to say this is like the average number of rooms we manage each evening. So yeah, it's
Like, this is it now. Now we just drink and chat.
You're on a high.
yeah. You'll notice that probably as you were skipping through the.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't expect that to work. I expected it to hit you in the head. I was like, hang on.
Which is why I threw the handle.
Usually I do that, and I do it don't think about turning it the other way around, because normally I hit someone and hurt them, and I'm like, right, I'm not doing
To be
that.
fair, you know, from the heavy end.
Twice on 2 different occasions, he's whipped someone.
We're trying to save them.
Yeah. Whip! Oh, that didn't work.
We had
At least one of those.
a Mean Girls Frappuccino party as well.
Oh yeah.
I just remembered that.
They've had some troglodytes, and I described the troglodytes as the most basic form of life you'll ever meet.
Okay.
White girls.
So when they met, they're like, "Oh my God, Stephanie!" Basic bitches.
So
that went down well. That went down well.
I full on went with it.
Yeah,
I just went Mean Girls with it, and just ended up surrounded by them, and then did my.
He got invited to the local Starbucks for a pumpkin spice frappuccino.
Yeah, and then did my thunderous steps.
What a reverse scenario.
So I got them all round, showing them stuff, and then just basically blasted them, and then shot to the other side of the room, and then just.
You can feign it, but when you start moving the hips as you swagger away, then you've gone too far.
You are part of the lifestyle now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
So
you can be.
the river stretches in both directions.
Nope,
Out of sight. What happened here, Remy, was you tried swimming the river without a boat, and it seems to drown you if you don't use one of the boats.
Right, well, there
That
you
was your
go.
mistake. There are, strangely enough, 6 kayaks in the room.
And only 5 of us.
Yeah.
There you go.
Are they numbered?
Well, I would suggest that we
I just saw 8, 9.
that we skewer the 6th because it's obviously superfluous. We don't want to be followed.
Either that or do we
Recommending.
Yeah.
Well, he's recommending that you put a hole in number 6, take 1 bow each and explore the river.
What about Elephant Dude? What we do?
Garion, well, he's currently guarding the door, hoping Telka will return.
Oh, okay. Fair play.
Yeah, we should leave one for Gary in just in case he.
Another fan.
I'll go back.
I had
and
no
quickly tell
knowledge.
Gary
I had
I've
no
left him a
understanding. There
boat.
was more.
Okay.
But Tell Cook's fucked.
Before we go, do we check the door?
We've left you a boat, but if Tell Cook survives, I'll have to.
Yeah.
He's a turtle.
He can swim. He can breathe. He's fine.
He can breathe for 3 hours in the water. Yeah.
with the tentacles that.
Just tell him not to kiss anyone.
No,
Yeah.
Gary could just do a Pokemon thing here and just surf on Talcook's back down the river going.
I wasn't allowed to do that. He can't do that. It's not.
Yeah.
So when
But
Gary
how insane
returns,
would it
he
be?
will return on the back of Telka.
No, the back of the dead turtle.
And then
I've got down here. What are you
Yeah,
sat
I
on?
learned something about turtles that I didn't know. So they were like, oh, he's unconscious. We're like, can I take him out of his shell
Yeah, that
and use
doesn't
his shell
work.
to do something? And then the people that knew about turtles were like, no.
Yeah, no.
That's basically ripping his spine off. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that then. No. Like, I'll bring him back to life.
You're shortening the story. You're like, well, what if I take it off and then heal it?
Yeah, all right.
So the Ninja Turtles, to be fair, are anatomically correct.
Yeah, I learned that. I mean, I've never really
Have you?
needed to know about turtles until today. Well, until then, I was like, oh, okay, oh, that's interesting. Whoops.
There you go.
So, guys, before we do that, should we just quickly explore that other room?
Well, that depends. Depends how far
You don't
the
know.
other
You
room
have to
goes.
say you don't know what the other room is. The other room could
If
be
I zoom
full
out
of
on the
stuff.
map for you,
The other room's quite
There's
a while.
you'll know
Darkness.
that this river
Hello,
is quite
darkness,
near the
my
top
old
corner,
friend.
and there's a large section on the other way.
Can we try and go upstream?
So, as friend guide storyteller, you kindly prompting us in the direction of Don't Miss Out or something.
Well, this river could have something very fun for you.
Oh, could it be a lazy river? It just goes around in a
it is.
circle.
Yeah.
Well, no, lazy is in a current, but all rivers have
Yeah, it
currents.
just goes around in a circle.
All rivers have currents.
Screw it, I'll take the first boat and start
Okay.
paddling.
You're going first.
yeah.
The squishiest of us.
So,
I have a
the
plan.
river moves. Can I draw it out?
He's going to follow his nose.
Before all else fails, I'll just cast a thunderstorm into the water.
The river moves in that direction.
That'll part the walk, yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
I just electrify the water.
Okay,
So,
that'll do it.
I can cast lightning
What, a
stuff.
quick question. What's the boat's made out of?
Yeah.
It's electric in the water.
Yeah.
wood covered into sort of a canvas skin. Clearly been
Should-
treated with some sort of oil or blubber because they're waterproof.
It should be
Yeah.
fine.
They
As
float.
I'm just checking there's no metal in it.
Shirt's a bit worried about being small and not being able to paddle and keep
Well,
up.
we
Chair-
could-
I'll take
could
chair-
leave
I'll
two.
No, I'll take chair in my kayak since it's
Okay.
worried
Yeah.
about being small.
If,
Better paddle.
if you paddle, can Shir get out his fishing tackle? Which is not a euphemism. Like actually.
I was like-
I would dip that in the water.
He's in front, so.
Chair wants to fish while
like
I'm
actual
paddling.
fishing tackle.
So-
Well, I'm a gnome. This water.
Well,
I'm not.
Should we, did anyone bring rope? Is it worth tethering
A
one
lot of
the
people
rear
usually
of
have rope, yeah.
the
I
one?
have rope.
Is it?
I'll take the chair to me and then me to the boat. If all else fails, we'll stay into the boat.
We're going down together.
Just if there's a waterfall at the end,
We all want to die. Not just
I want
you.
the option to cut the rope. But what I mean is,
I've got a knife just in case.
We can just throw chair over something hanging off the roof and he can balance
yeah,
that.
absolutely. He's got the fishing line anyway, so.
I do end up flying through there a lot.
Oh, we do throw the gnome.
You also turned into a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That was a
No,
cool day.
chair Rex.
That was a
Chair
fun
Rex.
day.
Being a transfer.
I have,
It was one of the most
polymorphous
epic
as well.
fights ever. It was supposed to be a simple little
They were
battle.
fighting two total vampires, and we had like demons were summoned, great demon, lots of little demons, and then the gnome turned into a T-Rex.
And then someone said, I know what the heck we need. We need a gnome T-Rex
Yeah.
to level the playing field. Or
That was exactly
to really drive the nail.
I think we all just went, "Oh, vampires! Let's go crazy!" And we went, "That might have been a bit too much."
Yeah.
And then I didn't do a lot of damage.
The problem with vampires is they can't really reflect on how things are going.
No. Matt was very kind to me because the last thing I said after I cast the spell, I'm going to polymorph in, and as I cast it, I went, hang on, how high is the ceiling?
Wait, bang!
So it could have been an unconscious dinosaur, but luckily he just fit, which was great.
It was fun, so I was like, just don't look up.
Yeah.
They can't.
It was.
They're like dogs.
I was going to say.
Dogs can look up. And it is a real Winchester.
Yeah, my dog can look up.
Yeah,
They look
dogs
upstairs.
can look up.
They can
Yeah, I
look
don't know where that's come from.
I had a
It's
thought the
come
other
from
day.
Shaun of the Dead.
Dogs can learn to respond to a couple of words if you
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Categorically. But no matter how hard you try, can you ever learn to respond to what your dog is barking?
A little bit.
A little bit.
So she
Okay.
wants different things when she's and I've got a greyhound and she's all about eye contact and body language because she doesn't bark, she doesn't make a lot of noise.
It is a lazy river.
So oh cool. Oh wow. Let's go around.
So why are there kayaks?
So, I wanted to make sure you could all see.
Yep.
Because
As
here
you,
is
little
a
bit.
turtle dragon.
As you come round
Turtle
the
dragon.
corner,
Vicious of all dragons.
Dragon.
So on this app, can we order more drinks? Is that how it works? Or?
I don't think the ordering.
I don't know if it's on anymore.
Does it not work like that?
No, it's.
Yeah, you
shut
come
down.
round the corner,
But
into the river. It's quite a pleasant
worry.
kayaking
Okay.
cruise.
there's another one where we just go.
It's quite a pleasant kayaking cruise.
Oh, I was going to say we usually use Facebook or something.
And then as you come through the water, you realise that there's several men in plate armour looking very angry at you invading their sanctum.
Let me just get
One of whom has slightly more ornate armour. You zoom in, make sure you can all see it.
Yeah.
And I need everyone to roll me initiatives, please.
Oh.
Okay, fun.
Initiative.
17 for Chet.
11 for Azar.
Hang on. Because I have to add you all back on.
And you've got to delete total.
Yep.
5 total.
Ugh,
My
nice.
thing reset.
So while we're doing that, I'll hit the bar.
Go for it.
Shoot what
Shotgun over the bar, grab the notes.
Corona would be amazing.
Corona?
Yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
No worries.
Steve.
Oh, a brew dog, please.
Brewdog.
I'm alright for now, thank you.
Matt, you alright?
I'm alright, thank you. This keeps refreshing on me.
Corona.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, you can't drink your profits, can you, Alan?
I learned that from working for a lot of alcoholic bar. It's really bad. Like, everyone goes, "Oh, you don't drink very often." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah.
I've seen lots of
Comes out my
businesses go
pocket.
like, yeah. You're like, you know, a bad timing is that my dad, when I said like all those years, is like telling me like, no, don't open a bar because of this reason, because of that reason, and like giving people advice. And part of my other business is consulting and stuff like that.
Okay.
And you managed, like when we were setting this place up, I was like, right, so we need to do this because if that doesn't work, we need to change and do that. If that doesn't work, we need to change and do that. We need to, you know, be thingy. I said, you had more negative possibilities thought through than positive because of your experience of working in bars and stuff like that. And I'm like, haha, you know. And you got hit by a pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, I know, right?
Was this place called D2 beforehand?
Le D2.
It was, yeah.
Lady too, yeah.
It was a French restaurant, and I apologise if they ever got sick.
Azar.
It's not my fault.
What was your
It's fine.
initiative?
We had a good time when we came here.
Chair was 17.
I used to really enjoy it.
Sorry,
then
Altman, what
I
was
had
your
to
initiative?
Sort the kitchen out.
Yeah.
9.
All right, well,
9.
don't tell me that now.
Yeah, it's like because we opened for aircon, but obviously the kitchen wasn't
Remy?
initially just got the keys.
Solid 18, 14 plus 4.
We'd only
That's
only
40
got the
initiative, that's impressive.
Yep. Comes from the Dex, which is plus 3, and then there's a plus 1 from something.
something I would imagine.
Being about.
Being a bad or being
You know,
a
being
Being a badass bar.
Being as well known as Remy as you get a plus
No,
one.
Absolutely,
there,
you
I
gotta
think there
know.
actually is some sort of bonus for
No,
you.
well, according to this is the part of the issue I had with the D&D Beyond. It was giving me the stats, which is great. It's what it's supposed to do, right? But I hadn't really learned where everything was coming from, which is what I would do if I was running through the books. At least that's what I feel I would do. So I'm kind of going through a process of
Learning as
putting it
you
onto
go.
a sheet, and so I can figure it out.
I sometimes. I mean, I've only got this because I was lazy, but I tend to print mine out.
Yes.
So once I've got it,
Yeah.
so it's
The problem I have with that is that I like to rub my pencil out and rewrite it, and you know.
There'll be the one day you'll write in pen and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I obviously at the start of the session, there's like 5 or 6 pens. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use pen. Oh, go see if the lady at the bar's kind of got a pencil.
There should be some pencils on there.
Well, I couldn't see any. Maybe I didn't look very hard.
I mean, probably.
I sought help quite quickly.
Thank you. I might as well take this.
Okay, so we have our turn order.
1, 2, 3. I got
Remy is going to be first activation.
Oh, amazing!
Remy, you are in your kayak.
Yeah. You said they look angry.
Well, as the kayaks come
That's
into
the
the
word
river,
used to describe
they
it.
all draw large swords.
That's a good angry kind of imply. Yeah.
Very good angry.
Yeah. There are, but not in a way that would salute an incoming superstar.
No, this isn't a. This is a.
No, I'm good with that.
Get out.
Yeah. No, I get it. You know, he doesn't take a great performer to understand when the crowd's turning hostile. So Remy will grip the sides of his kayak and rock the boat and attempt to shift himself up. I'm going to flip upside down.
Defensively.
Hold my breath.
There is.
So what would help me a little bit as well is that I'm not completely au fait with the turn. I don't know exactly what I'm able to do.
You get a mental message from a group called the Hughes Corporation, and it says, "Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat over."
Rock the boat, maybe. Yeah. Okay, that's exactly where he's going with it. Yes, so that's what he's doing.
Okay.
He's attempt to roll, holding breath, rock the boat over, and will effectively free himself under the water and try and swim off. But I don't know exactly how much I'm going to do.
Okay, so being as you're underwater and there's other things for them to concentrate on, we'll find out. We'll come back to you on your next turn, and you'll pop up on your next turn.
Yeah.
But for this turn, you are effectively hidden and with a defensive bonus for being under the water.
Sweet.
Chert,
Chert.
you are currently tied to the front of Azarth's canoe.
Excellent. Fishing tackle's going away. So I'm going to fix my gaze on the well-dressed individual,
The one in the middle here.
the one in the middle of Franciana, and I'm going to cast Charm Person.
Okay.
I've got a backup.
I've never cast Charm Person before. I attempt to charm a humanoid. You can see it must make a Wisdom saving throw, and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it.
Ooh, okay.
So I'll let you decide whether that's happening or not. If it fails, it's charmed by using spell ends or until you or your companions.
17 plus Wisdom save, yeah.
Yes.
He has rolled a 19.
Yes, he has resisted.
So you go, aha, new friend, and he just goes, no.
No. Excellent.
No.
Yep. Chert sits back in the boat.
Okay. Evil's turn.
Oh dear.
The ones.
I regret my decision. I instantly regret my decision.
Now, currently, no one has made an aggressive action.
Oh, okay.
I will not do what I'm allowed to do.
I was going to say, does he know he's defeated a charm spell?
Yeah, it's like he's a bit weird, that little sort. And there we go.
Won't that come down to is that spellcraft isn't on there, is it?
So,
I've only ever played this version.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
I'm gonna. These 4 knights nearest you nearest the party. Throw a large net between them over all the party members. To get out of this net requires a strength check on your turns, except for Remy, who is actually underwater at the moment.
Query.
Yes,
What possible solution? I burn the net.
you can try.
What? You burn the net.
Is
You
the
can
net above
try.
us? Is the
Is
net?
it your turn?
Net is
Well, you are now
outside.
wrapped in the net currently.
Yeah, so you'd be grappled already, and you're attached to it, and everyone's attached to it, and we're in wooden boats. Fire. Potentially bad.
Okay.
But do what
You
you want
do
to
you.
do. You
You
do
do
you.
you.
I'm just throwing some possible issues out there.
Do you know, I can see pros and cons.
Yeah.
And
No, I'll put the fireball on.
Fireball. I mean, admittedly, I'm sat here going.
I'm thinking.
Azarth, it's your turn.
Why am I not in the water?
But in fact,
Or is it just?
whilst as the leader starts barking out orders to throw the net,
I
during Evil's
thought
turn,
you were just calling me the leader then. I was like,
I would
no.
like everybody to roll me either intelligence or wisdom. It's up to you.
may I perceive it?
Is it a check or a save?
Yes.
A check or a save?
Just a check.
Wisdom or.
Wisdom or intelligence.
Is this? Forgive me. Is this the passive?
Yeah. No, I'll let you use your normal perception.
No.
Actually, Remy is the character that might know who this is. So
12.
12,
11.
11, 10 from Altman.
Wow.
So this
Well,
is
that's a
this
plus
skill.
6.
Skill perception.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
I'm really clever, but not at the same time.
Plus
I'm
4.
Julia.
Rolled a 14. Again, solid 18.
Solid 18. No one else recognises this person, but you do, because one of your usual haunts is the city of Baldur's Gate.
Ah, yes.
There's going to be a
This-
betrayal.
This
Oh no, wrong game.
knight, his name is Sir Bluto Sanspitte.
Yep. Yeah.
He was a Baldur's Gate noble and quite high up in the military, and something went horribly wrong during a military engagement, and instead of his battalion assaulting the enemy lines to the rear, they razed 4 villages and killed a bunch of civilians. He was brought in and tried for crimes, like actual war crimes, and sentenced to death, but vanished from his prison. To this day, 10 years later, the Baldur's Gate, the greatest wizards and thieves in Baldur's Gate can't work out how he got out of his prison, and no one knows where he's been.
Okay.
You recognise him. The story's told about this guy to this day.
Okay.
Like, this is Harold Shipman, Yorkshire Ripper levels of recognisable bad guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Why am I stood next to him?
You almost certainly have. Even if you haven't published it yet, you've definitely.
There's no back catalogue. It all goes out.
Azar, it's now your turn. You're under a net.
I'll go for the strength thing.
Okay.
For the strength check. Well, I get a +1.
Under this is one big net.
One
no?
big net.
Yep.
21, natural 20 +1.
Okay.
Alright.
The net lands over you and comes down, and you just sort of go. That was weird.
Do I still get an action or is that my turn?
No, you spend your action to get out of the net. I'm afraid.
Oh, I thought the action.
Altman.
Na. Is there any particular reason why I'm on dry land?
You're not. You're actually in the water.
Okay, cool. And which one is the big boss guy?
This guy here.
Okay. Can I possibly
won't
get
shoot him
a
something.
little closer?
Well, you're currently in a boat under a net.
Yeah, but the boat's floating.
Yeah, but you're under
So
a net.
would not
And
all
there's
the
a boat in
boats-
front of you.
Yeah, but it's also floating on a river
Like,
with
his
a
is
current.
now upside down and out of control.
I mean, that's his problem. How long can you hold your breath, by the way, just ahead of
Well, it used to be.
Because you were drowning 5 minutes ago. I'm not sure you made the right choice.
Blub, blub,
I don't feel constrained by the net though.
Okay.
I've got swim speed as well as current.
I'm just. Can I reach down and grab him and do my? Who's? Oh, I've got direct with me, haven't I?
Yeah, Direct's behind you. Direct's loading his longbow.
Which is completely pointless because he doesn't hit anything.
He spent the
Okay.
whole first campaign we did. And didn't
Missing.
hit. Didn't hit a
He's
single
famed
hit.
for his archery skill. He didn't hit a fucking thing.
For
Like
the
he
whole
learns at the
cam-
circus.
I think it was like the first 2 campaigns he didn't hit anything. In
Yeah.
the third campaign.
We've all had
Uh,
dice like that and characters like that.
How squishy are you?
Oh, well, don't look at that. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
No, I'm just making sure that I don't do too much damage.
There's a
Yeah,
hundred
so
hit.
I'm gonna grab Durek, who's under the same net as me,
Yeah.
so within arm's
Yeah,
reach,
yeah, he's in.
and
he's next to you,
I'm gonna
so-
cast Thunderous Steps.
Okay.
I bet not. Am I far enough away not to be hurt? Again.
I mean,
10
since
feet.
Yep.
Yeah, you're more than fine. And Churt's on your boat, isn't he?
Yeah.
so everyone needs to do a Constitution saving.
Everyone within
throw.
10 feet.
Yeah, the bad guys.
I've saved the chair.
Is this a
Would this
sonic?
affect under the water?
Well, let's be fair. Sound travels 5 times easier through a dense
It
fluid.
does, but force doesn't.
I don't know what kind of spell it is.
That's the
Sorry,
thing. So
is it not thunder?
it's thunder damage, but
It's
the
a force
sound
attack.
of it, the sound of it, you're right, would
What?
be heard, but the physical force of the attack would be deaded by water.
So you
I
sort of
would
go,
say,
what's that?
I would say that you'd be like, boom. What was that?
Yeah.
But you
okay.
wouldn't take any damage
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like logic.
So the bad
I rolled a
guys.
12 and a 16.
I'm pretty sure one of those doesn't hit. So,
I'm just going to presume that the ceiling's falling now. Got to understand. Got to make.
So it's a 14. So one of those is only one.
Within 10 feet, isn't it?
Oh shit!
It's
Those
going to be
squares
half
are smaller.
damage on a successful save, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, I misjudged. I didn't realise this. I was looking at those squares as one of those big squares being a square, not
No.
4 little squares. Okay, cool. That's fine. The one that gets hit is 18. The one is half,
No.
and
One
we
is
will
18 and one is 9.
we will teleport to the furthest corner away from
Okay.
whatever the issue is.
To be fair, that's how it used to be back in what was it, first edition days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Each square was 2 inches.
Each square on the map at the moment is 5 feet or 1
So that's
character. So, after Altman, it is Durek, who is now a little bit disorganised, but is still going to shoot the nearest fucker.
I've realised you've recognised the guy.
Well,
I've
I'm
just
just
gone,
looking
fuck
at
this.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Potential point.
He's a war criminal.
Absolutely.
Right.
He's not just a war criminal.
He's like
He
a-
escaped from
Yeah.
from his former life. Not been seen since,
Yeah, I was
and
just
you
seeing
know,
how many
critics as
attempts
they
he
are,
had.
I don't know what he thinks of the song I wrote of him.
Well, it's only like one.
I don't really.
Was it? Was it?
Who knows? Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
All this is
if you think about it, Remy's running in many ways from a former life, quite frequently will duck and dive away from anyone that might potentially recognise. Certainly somebody that was figurehead and Baldur's Gate and that type of thing. So.
Oh, what? No.
Direct's hit twice.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Finally.
Oh, this is where they start dropping like flies, is it?
Direct's hit the nearest guy twice for
A lot of damage.
23, 32, 42 damage.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
The highest he's probably ever done.
I was going to say.
In any fight, let
So-
alone one hit.
Yeah.
Direct has that archer ability where you -5 to hit and add 10 to your damage.
It's like the Great Weapon Master that Thomas was using.
Yeah, but he's got it for
October.
archery. But he's been using it the entire time, which is why he's been shit at shooting until he's got to a high enough level that his modifier has overridden that -5. So even at a -5, he's still on +6 to hit. But now he's dealing at least 13 damage per hit.
Yeah, I've got a plan.
I think I've got that very same ability
It's good.
and intended to use it every
It's
single
good.
opportunity.
I think you've got a crossbow to use it with as well.
Yeah,
which is
yeah, I've
real
gone with
strong.
crossbows. Yeah, I've got
Real
a,
strong.
a hand crossbow and a heavy.
After Direct, it's back to you, Remy. So, I will let you surface anywhere.
Oh no, hey, Remy's not looking to surface.
Oh, is he not?
Remy's
Okay.
intending to swim down river. So that was the game plan. Turn the boat over, get out of the thing underwater, and swim as far as he can underwater to the opposite side. Obviously, he's heard a big clap of thunder.
Yeah.
As far as Remy's concerned, he doesn't know what that was. Immediate conclusion: the cave in. Fuck it. So he's going
So, are you
downstream.
going to try and get out in this room, or are you?
Yeah, he's going to go to the bottom of the room, as close as he can to the bottom, and then surface to understand what's happening.
Okay.
Obviously, he's recognised Balthur. I think it was Balthur, sorry. Is that right? Is that
Sir Bluto.
Bluto, sorry. Bluto. Okay.
No, that's fine.
It should,
Yeah.
it should
If
be
you have
easy
a
enough to
On the
remember.
map, he's at the bottom corner down here now.
Okay.
That will be where your head comes above water, so you can judge the situation.
Yeah, so he's doing total Rambo. He's just sort of peeked his eyes through the top of the... That's it. And he's gauging around.
Gonna pull out a machete behind.
He come out with his big, heavy crossbow. No.
He's gonna go to the side.
Bit overkill.
Yeah, he's gonna go to the side of the river, just pull out the war paint, tie a bandana, and pulls out this massive machete.
That's it. Stay out of the blood circle.
I'm going to turn direct. Well, didn't that guy drown earlier? Like, wasn't... like, what happened?
So no, I'm just going to survey the situation. I want to grasp the situation for. Obviously, I recognise
There is another
Bluto.
team of knights,
Yeah.
as you can see towards the bottom of the room. They have a net between them as well. However, one of them's just taken 2 arrows like straight through one shoulder, and is making a lot of noise about the fact.
Okay.
Owie!
I'm going to presume that I've not got much else I can do with my action, but I will draw my heavy crossbow under water.
That's fine.
And just keep it like that.
Just get it ready.
Yeah. For options, right?
Oh yeah, it's
Options.
good. You can just pop up and bang, next turn. Lovely. Chet,
Okay.
you are currently still under a net.
I'm still under a net. Can
Wouldn't
I?
you have
Tell her
gone
to
out
get
of it?
off.
Bless
I got
you.
out of it. 'Cause we're on the same boat.
Tell her
Wouldn't
to
you
get
have gone
off
out
you.
the same net.
Dirty bastard.
No, but he will have advantage when getting out of it because
Yeah.
you're out of it.
Because he
you're on the
fits
same
through the
boat.
hole.
Actually, yeah, you probably just fit through the hole.
He just sat there with like some rope around you.
No,
Like,
he just stands up and goes.
this seems unnecessary.
So can I still cast spells?
Yeah.
What's that? Okay. I would like to cast again on our
Turn into a T-Rex.
shiny dude.
Azarth goes flying.
Possibly the bigger net.
Um,
No, you're gonna need a bigger boat.
oh, I could. I mean, do you know what, I was.
Don't turn into a shark. They're on the land.
No, I was looking at a giant octopus, thinking I could get a tentacle in every direction, but you can only
Don't
attack one thing at a
octopuses
time.
have arms?
They do, but according to the thing I've just looked up, they can only sort of attack one target at a time. I thought I could shoot all out in different directions, just pull
Yes,
everyone in the water and just.
something I was playing similar, and it was very annoying because I was like, well, I've got like eight limbs. Like,
Yeah, and in the
all of them
movies-
could hit everyone.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah.
it was like, no. Apparently, octopuses can only focus on one thing. I'm like, that's not true. They're geniuses. Have you not seen that Twilight episode?
So I instead I'm going to cast Enemies Abound on the main dude,
Okay.
who would needs to make an intelligence saving throw, and please fail it because that would be much better.
Intelligence saving throw.
I like it.
Yeah.
You need to make one fail it.
Which actually you automatically succeed if you're immune to being frightened.
Ooh.
So
Immune to fear.
that would be irritating.
That's
So
a dime a dozen, isn't it? Isn't everyone immune to fear?
Yeah.
He is not immune to being frightened.
Excellent. And now please fail your intelligence check.
15.
Damn it. That's a pass.
Just imagining.
Damn
it, that's a pass.
It's a fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Evil's turn.
Evil's turn. Evil has a
Chert
turn.
is still under the net.
Yeah. It's surrounded by enemies. It's not the sort of
These
person you like
two
to
over
be.
here are going to back up and drag Chert onto the shore.
Oh.
It's the same. It's
Azar.
on the same net. That
Yeah.
Azar
The
is
one nearest you
Oh,
is
no,
going to
you got
lash
out,
out at
didn't
you
you?
with his sword.
Good question. How big is the net?
Yeah.
The net would be like the size of this table at least.
So pretty darn big.
Yeah, pretty damn big.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Go for it.
Okay. He is. Where's its sword?
This is a 10-foot table, isn't it?
About that.
9 foot.
9
foot, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that because I was trying.
It's a bloody marvellous table, by the way. I'm impressed with the setup. The screen in the centre. Lovely to see.
It's actually a friend of mine.
Plus 5, 22.
We're looking after
Let me
it.
guess. It was
There's
too
no
big
point
for his
using
house.
shield. Yes,
No,
it
it
he
was
gets 2 attacks,
actually.
but the second
It
one's
was
only
my
30.
first ever proper DM
Right, so
you take
table
Yeah.
in his
10
office,
damage as his
conference
straight
table.
sword
Mhm.
comes
It
splattering
was
down
definitely
on
a
your
conference
back.
table. He did not buy it just for play D&D.
Come on,
Sure.
nice.
It was a
Just hold on,
conference
hold on.
table, and
Yeah.
I took during lockdown. He has a software company.
damn it.
During lockdown,
My
he was like,
reaction?
well, I don't need the office.
I thought
Yeah.
if
So
I
I
hit
might
it,
as
That's
well
not
go
really
to the
reaction,
office.
yeah.
that's
And
all
he-
I can do
basically
is an opportunity
we're-
attack or shoot.
We're
Damn.
looking
Twice.
after it until I can finish paying for it.
Whereas the knight is going to
It's
draw a
really
short
it's a
bow,
beautiful piece of kit.
and he's going to
It's,
return
I
fire
think
direct.
it originally cost him about 5-6 grand.
Well,
to get it all-
yeah,
all done, 'cause
I've
it's- yeah.
seen them, and yeah.
But it's the biggest one they've ever done.
Well, and it's the biggest one I've ever seen.
A 9, a 10, and a 9. This guy is
I
the
love it
worst
though.
shot than
No,
the
it's a touchscreen. I'm like,
That's
no, it's
saying
not.
something.
He gets plus 6
like
and he
piss
rolled
off.
9,
My kid did
10,
the same
9.
to my dad, his granddad's TV.
Wow.
I'm like, you know.
The two nearest direct
That,
and
to be
old
fair,
men are
Dylan
going
did
to
that when
move
he
into
was
their
a
direction.
kid
1,
as well. He kept going like that, trying
Yeah,
3,
I know.
to
4,
swipe things about. I'm like,
one,
no, it's not an
two.
iPad. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I've ruined my child already.
I know.
Alan,
Yes, yes.
Oldman is getting attacked twice by a guy with a big sword.
Nope.
A 15 and a 21.
No, some bitch.
21 hit you?
They both hit.
Both of them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
20 slashing damage in total.
I regret not having stronger armor.
And then direct at the other one. The other one at direct's rolled a 7 and an 8.
Good question. Does anyone want to drink?
I'm good for the moment, but thank you.
Could I have a Pepsi?
Got it?
Do you want a Corona?
I'm alright, thank you. No, I'll get one in a minute.
Yep, no.
Thank you very
Lovely
much.
jubbly. And then these two are going to roll to jump the river.
Spush.
Please fail. Please
knights
fail. Please
have
fail.
Four.
shit decks.
Fall in. I'm like to fight the water. Fall.
One of them rolls and then
One of them falls in.
Yes.
No, I can't
One
electrify
of
the
them
water.
Drowned him.
No, I can't electrify the water. You're in the water. Damn it.
No.
Pretty far away.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
The one in the water is trying to swim but seems to be struggling. He is wearing plate
Armor.
mail.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Just really, really piss him off. You can-
This guy has a longbow. Is it a longbow or a short bow? Sorry, it's a crossbow.
Depends how warm it is.
And he's going to fire it at Azar, still in the water.
I just love the idea that Azar went.
No, it's a 5.
This is
Nope.
unnecessary.
Flicking my finger and
No one
the arrow
reacted.
misses.
But it's still sat there like, hello.
Oof, okay.
You turn that speaker off again.
What? It's off.
Put dramatic music on.
Oh, has anyone asked if the microphone's plugged in yet? Isn't that a
No,
thing that
I
happens
haven't
every
seen
stream?
No one has asked if the microphone's plugged in, and I can definitely see my
Thank
voice
you.
bouncing around on the levels there, so.
Wow.
Also, Alan, did you know you could be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends?
I don't know what that is.
Don't.
You.
No. I hear the
I was going to make a
advert
joke,
coming.
but if you don't know what Raid Shadow Legends is, you won't get the joke.
Cool.
Raid Shadow Legends is a mobile game that is absolutely everywhere. It's got someone involved in it has got a lot of money and is just throwing money at streamers with like 5 followers or more to advertise it. It's on every YouTube video. It's on every other Twitch stream, includes an advert for it.
Wow.
It's an alright game, but then it becomes pay to win.
Oh, right.
You can play it for about 2-3 hours.
Yeah, your first few hours are great, and then you run out of your resources, and it's like, oh, you're going to get 2 of these back a day, or you can pay some money to get all of it back now.
You can finish about the 4th chapter, then you're like, wait, I'm not winning anything.
In fact, during lockdown, I signed up to Starfleet. Star Trek Fleet Command.
Yeah, Fleet Command.
I played that for ages, and okay, you can pay to win on that one quite simply. But I was like, no, I'm gonna. Of course, I want to spend a penny. I'm just gonna wait 3 months for the thing to be built. Obviously, towards the end of lockdown, I'm like, forget it.
Azath, you will be next.
Okay, so I've got
3 months. Jesus.
I didn't quite get to that
it.
point, but I got to the point where it was like 10 days. So I was searching for an upgrade. Possible.
Yeah, same. I was like, this isn't worth doing.
Oh, to be fair, I did pay for one upgrade, which was the build upgrade, £5 to get a second build channel. That's it.
That sounds. Yeah.
He's close. Use that one.
I played it for a year solid. So I got one.
Like, if you got your money back out, if you got your $5 back out.
The thing is, I didn't enjoy 1 second of it. After a year, I completely recognised I was addicted to the fact that gradually I was becoming more and more.
It's that little bit of progress bar, isn't it?
I miss my favourite Star Trek game was Birth of the Federation.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of my favourites, and they've not done it again or anything like that. I mean, basically, you sit there, you have your planets, you set your mining things, and start building and what have you.
Level 4,
set up your little ship builders and stuff like that. And I used to leave it running and go to work.
Yeah.
And then I'd come back and it'd mined all these planets. And then basically, I was always the Klingon, and then basically I'd have this ridiculous fleet where I just go, right, so that Federation planet, dead.
I'm
mine now,
right
and
next
then
to you,
just go around.
I can target 2.
Target 2.
No, because when you cast a spell at
quite
3rd slot level or higher, you
I
can target
came after Birth.
one additional creature for each slot level above 2nd. The creature must be in 30 feet. Well, if it's above 2nd, that
so
means I can
2nd,
target.
3rd, 4th gives you 3 targets.
Alright, which other one's
You've
going to
got the bow in the corner.
Yeah.
That one. And that one.
Target all 3 of them.
Okay.
Except I'm going to tick it off and then roll for it. I'm going to have to do this with 3d6 out first. Cast it.
What saves do they need?
I will tell you in a second when I press the right down button. Intelligence save.
The leader rolled a 15, the other 2 rolled an 11 and a 14.
Well, everybody but the leader failed.
Okay.
What's a 15 intelligence? They take 3d6 psychic damage, and it can't take a reaction until the end of its next turn. Moreover, on its next turn, it must choose whenever it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of the 3. Ooh! And on a successful save, the target takes half as much damage.
Okay,
So
so roll your damage,
Oh, target.
and I'll deal half of that for leader and full for
I was like,
everybody
what the
else.
fucking target?
11.
This shit just got real.
This keeps happening. I'm like in a fight, I'm like, what? There's a dinosaur.
But I don't know how
Get
you're
the
going to
Churchosaurus.
describe a mind whip. It hits 3 people. I can't picture how
That was so funny though, because we were like,
3.
I've only ever seen that power at much lower levels.
Like
I
Cat
think-
Nine
like
Tails,
people
you
are
really
I just thought it'd be
and it
it'd
goes
be a
up as
mind
one
whip,
and
so
like
splits into 3
basically
and
a bear
crack it down.
or a moose or something. That's
standard
how
thing.
you, and then Church just goes,
So
oh,
the 2 next turn can only do
I
a
can,
move,
it's
an
a
action, or a
level
bonus
4.
action.
I can be a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I'm like,
Oh my
that,
lord.
that.
Well-
I mean, even if it's just cool,
I've
just
just
do that.
seen-
It's just like-
Smiler, I've just seen an update on what's going on with Facebook.
Yes.
They pushed a software update that locked everybody out of the system on their side. They've had to physically go around all the server farms, send teams around all the server farms to reset routers and undo the update by hand because they can't do anything via the software. It's like they've changed the passwords to a randomly generated password no one knows.
It's like,
So
you
now
wrote
no
that
one can
password
get
down,
into
didn't you?
anything.
Yeah.
I bet you Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, look, when you're at the cutting edge, you're going to
What you're
cut
I was
yourself.
going to say, what you're saying is that they had that Google suggested password thing, didn't they? And no one thought to write down the password.
I have
Because I hate that. And I'm like,
I have a
that was like a
terrible-
really safe password, but I will never ever remember that.
Yeah.
I have a terrible cynical belief. Yesterday it came out that Facebook has been abusing trillions worth of users' data, trillions of megabytes worth of users'
Oh,
data.
we're going conspiracy theory that they're just wiping
Yeah,
them.
and literally that hit the papers last night and started being talked about last night, and then this morning all of Facebook went
Interesting.
down. And suddenly, they're all talking about Facebook being down, not Facebook being corrupt.
Whereas Mark Zuckerberg, really don't care. There you go. I'll be safe.
But it turns out he might not be the saint that he's been telling you.
He's not a fucking saint.
Whereas
Just give
I,
him-
Mark
I'm
Zuckerberg,
sorry.
believe that you are.
Altman,
You don't know who I am, so like, no one gives a shit about me.
this is Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Altman,
Yes, my go.
yes.
Well, we all know what I'm going to do now.
Right.
Okay.
The guy with the arrows in his shoulder.
The one next to you.
Did that do something?
You rolled an Eldritch Blast. You
Yes.
rolled a 13. Is that a hit?
I think so.
Okay.
Does it?
Oh, we're not. We're not
No.
right now.
No, I'll get 2. It just.
No.
Well, that was pointless. That
You
was
go, aha! And he stood in between the two hands going, what?
and singed one of the arrows sticking out of his shoulder.
It's like, ow!
No, he just goes, oh, thank you. Cauterized it.
Right, Direct's turn. Direct's not happy with how close this other dude is.
Where is
Oh,
Direct?
people have got. Oh shit! I didn't realise they got.
Oh right,
close.
they've moved quite far.
Yeah, Direct and the other dude are over here. Direct is going to shoot an arrow at the one attacking Altman.
So who's green in the middle of the river?
That's his off.
Right, where you don't want to be.
At the moment.
Why are you still in the river?
Still in the boat.
I thought just to attack at the moment.
Just
I'm
to
not
make it a bit
really
difficult for him. Like, as they come closer, you'll float away like that time.
Altman, you do your Eldritch Blasts and they miss. And the guy sort of looks down and goes, aha! And draws his sword and gets an arrow in the eye.
Yes.
And goes down.
Oh, okay.
And then Direct turns his bow on himself. No.
What?
That'd be fairly difficult as a sword. I imagine his arms aren't really that long.
Yeah, 50-50 is missing.
And because he is in combat with the dude and has to roll at disadvantage, he has unfortunately missed.
There he
Back
is.
to normal.
Back to normal.
Swing
Remy,
and miss.
it's your turn now. There is someone in the water in front of you, struggling to stay a head above water.
Yeah, but it's
And there's-
not Bluto, is it? That's the thing.
No, Blue Toe is over here.
Yeah, no, I see that, and I've got the distance I wanted from the murderous scourge. I'm where I wanted to be, so I'm fair enough with that. So rather than just having my eyes peeking over the cusping over the top of the water, I will no. I will raise
Don't be
myself
stealthy about
to
it.
shoulder height and declare aloud, Sir Bluto, it is you will no doubt recognise Remy Fasola. I too have thrown off the shackles of a former life. Stay your cohort. And,
Okay.
see how that fares.
Can you please roll me a persuade? However, I will give you an advantage on it because that was very convincing.
No, it wasn't.
So
The makeup's ran in the water.
the advantage system is a new thing for.
Oh, I have advantage, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can roll it
You roll
again.
again.
So twice. Okay,
Roll
thank
twice,
you.
pick the best one.
Well, I'll take the second, thank you. That's nice. I do have advantage
That was
with
a lot better.
persuasion. I'm certain of it.
I was going to give you advantage even if you didn't.
Yeah. So I've got +8. So I get a fairly neat 23.
23. Now, what I have to roll is I have to roll a wisdom save, sort of as if he was being charmed with the spell.
Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything else I can add to it. Obviously not.
The most he's rolled an 18, which isn't enough. He rolled a 23.
Okay.
So, you see confusion in his eyes, but there is a hint of recognition.
Celebrity.
And the confusion is more of a, fuck are you doing here? Not a, who the fuck are you? It's, fuck are you doing here? And he does bark, halt,
Yeah.
men, halt!
Because there's nothing
Bring
less
that
than-
one to me.
Oh shit. All right.
Also, get Gary out of the river. Gary, you can't swim. What are you doing in the river?
You're wearing armour, you dickhead.
Gary's like, sorry, blah, blah, blah.
Is it too late to ready an action? It probably is, isn't it?
I mean,
What happens with? So I'm a bit confused about the action economy here.
Go on.
Forgive me. I had a quick look at it.
Yes.
But it doesn't plan out. So what I'm familiar with is it's a 3, a move equivalent, a full, standard, immediate. and swift.
So,
And despite there being a lot of categories there, that makes sense to me. And now it's a bit hazy.
the way it works now is you get one each on your turn of an action,
Okay.
a bonus action, a reaction, but that's usually not on your turn.
Okay.
But you get one of them around.
Okay, so I don't need to worry about readying an action because I can use a reaction.
You can only use something you have that is registered as a reaction. For example,
Right.
the Warlock, you have the Hellish Rebuke spell.
Yes.
Right.
Oh,
So-
okay. So
Which
forgive me.
is if he's hit, he can cast it as a reaction.
I once killed someone that way. It was very effective.
Well,
The other things you can do is-
fortuitous, probably.
I mean, he
The
was
other
on my
things
team.
you can do
I
is
had
a
to
small-
survive, but
You can do a small interaction, such as readying a weapon,
Yeah. Okay.
and you can do a move.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you can ready an action, if you were like, oh, I'm going to ready my crossbow, but you have to tell me what will trigger that action. You can't just say,
some fucking guard coming too close,
okay.
someone moving towards you.
I will say
but not so bold.
There
I'm
is-
I'm afraid of that guy.
there is a reduction of the hostile atmosphere as he shouts, "Halt!"
That's
to his
fine.
guards.
That's fine. I'm still
Still don't want to be taken
pretty shitty
prisoner.
scared, so I can always apologise.
Sorry.
Um,
I like that. Flink! Ow!
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, I'm a bit nervous.
Odds are it won't hit. But anyway, look, if that's possible, then that's.
what brings you to a dank hole like this, Remy?
Oh, wow.
That's what she said.
I have fled my former life and looking for crowds anew to impress with my sultry tone.
And you're in a dungeon.
Well,
I was like,
well,
I got a bit.
it's
like-
been a tough month.
COVID.
I meant to,
Where have you
I
been?
meant to make tea, and we must have the miscommunication. Long story short, hi.
Hi!
So confused.
These fellows here, my fellow kayakers, no doubt nothing less but save my very life.
Wait.
It would be remiss of me not to
So-
attempt to save theirs. Stay
So
the weapons.
you're not bloodthirsty adventurers here to take me back to jail.
Well, I can't really speak of these fine fellows, but I certainly am not. No.
And neither are we.
Now,
Just-
we normally get told. We normally get told if there is a stag group on a kayaking expedition down here.
Well,
Wedding planners.
If that's the case, if you guys are the stag, I do apologise for throwing nets on you. But be fair,
Bless
you have
you.
killed one of my men.
You did start it though.
Nets are part of the package.
We weren't
and
Along with
no
the
doubt
champagne.
whoever dealt the killing blow will make suitable recompense to the fellow's family. Obviously, Sir Bob.
Direct
do so.
goes.
We
Good
can
job
bring
it's
him
fucking
back.
drink.
It's about all I've got is arrows and a bottle of water.
Yeah, we can bring him back for an hour so he can like, say goodbye to his wife. Hi, honey, you won't believe what happened to me at work
Wow,
today.
that's going to lead to a.
Smash cut to the Austin Powers bit where the phone rings. They're like, "Don't worry, Billy. Daddy will be home soon." Ring,
Yeah.
ring. Yes. What?
He's at the door.
Shot by a dwarf, you say? Resurrected and put in a boat.
Arrow to the eye.
It would have been what he wanted.
Well, at least he died doing what he loved, being shot by dwarves.
You'll be able to read Little Billy one more bedtime story. Not that one, that's too long.
Right, Billy, you've got an hour. I know he smells.
He's a
He
bit
could push
stiff.
you on the swing. If his arm falls off, just bit of rope. It's fine.
Bit of duct tape, you'll be fine.
Bit of
Yeah.
tape. Bit
What's
duct
tape?
tape. You heard of duct tape? Fine.
Staple gun.
Yes. Yeah. So Balfour, stay your weaponry.
There is. He tells his men to put up their swords, and as Arthur is helped out of the boat,
Thank you, Chris.
the
Thank you
guard
very
is
much.
saved from drowning. You are offered a hand rather than a sword.
And Remy stands out of the warmer, heavy crossbow raised aloft. See, within an hour, debt repaid. I thank you.
Excellent.
Chucked over a
A
rope.
life for a life.
Eye for a life and eye for an eye.
Yeah.
You just wait for Captain Butt to come forward and he's going, eye for an eye, eye for an eye.
Done.
Ooh, now what we need is American football. We have some.
Blood Bowl.
I was going to say, we could play Blood Bowl.
This is perfect for a fireball here.
Yeah. Now!
So, I mean, it is a bit off-putting to find you down here, chap.
I fled the binds that were constraining me in my life, and decided to venture anew into the world beyond. And thus I have been found here. But likewise, you didn't just disappear from
I did
Baldur's
not.
Gate. What happened there?
It's bad enough that I was framed for such a
Heinous
military
act.
blunder.
As my saga about your great deeds alluded to, no doubt you were able to see that within the lurch.
General Farthington just he went without orders. Apparently he'd had signs of the enemies in the village. Don't know about you, but a bunch of women and children don't look anything like hobgoblins to me.
Wow.
Well, except for
Have you seen that
Sandra.
kid from down the road?
I remember this.
Except for
should
little
say.
Sandra with the club.
I remember
but-
this one concert, and
Well,
I'm
sorry.
beginning.
Nearly.
But
Nearly getting letters.
Yes, and then I was in jail. I was resigned to paying for my crimes with a lengthy sentence. And then the next thing I know,
But you're next to the...
I am many miles away, not far outside Waterdeep, with some Burke in a red hood, who says that he'd summoned me to be a powerful ally and bodyguard. And well, I cut him in half and went on my way.
very good. Yes, well, we must pay for the responsibilities we hold. Absolutely. But have you not sought to clear that glorious name with your own?
Till I could find evidence and proof that Farthington was the true orchestrator of the crime. I feared that if I were to return to Baldur's Gate, I would be executed upon the spot.
Furthermore,
Or even worse,
on the spot.
paraded through the village.
Once
and the
again,
towns.
I
Exactly.
remember the first
A
time.
mockery, a monkey's circus of a trial. And that's being kind to the monkeys.
Just throw him a banana.
I too have been hung, drawn, and quartered by the jury of public opinion. I feel this anguish within you. But you must not give up that you seek justice for yourself.
I will not. I wait here, in this
Lovely
dark
place.
room in the middle of a mountain.
Quick question: is this guy actually guilty?
I don't know. Is he?
Who cares?
I don't know. Can I do a perception check?
Insight.
Yeah, insight. Sorry. Yeah.
You can do insight checks to see if he's
See if
telling
you
the
bel-
truth if you'd like to.
To be fair, even if a subordinate went off on one, it comes down to him, doesn't it?
Nope.
Altman, you think he's telling the truth?
Gotcha. Do a insight as well. And
Remy doesn't care.
Remy doesn't care.
11.
11.
Alright,
Maybe
screw
you
it.
get like +7.
I have +4 on insight.
Okay.
I'm not
Wait,
rolling terribly well
let's
this
get to insight. Let's go
Because you're a
again.
bit short, you can't see as much.
Exactly. It's just like his nostrils look like
Alright,
From this angle,
dirty 20 on
Can't
insight.
see any obvious tells.
You
Or his eyes just
Can
going
tell.
mental as he's talking.
that he believes what he's saying is true.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's true. It could maybe be a perception thing where he's buried it under his memories or whatever, or he could have had his memories altered.
Or he might just
But
not want
he-
to believe it.
Well, bearing in mind if he was on trial, there would be magical elements like reading his mind to making sure he was telling the truth under oath, sort of thing. Maybe
Or
he's
saying
had-
what they want him to say.
Maybe he's had the memories altered so that he thinks he's telling the truth when actually he's guilty, so that he could get away with it. But he believes what he's saying is the truth. He believes one of his subordinates went almost mutineering,
Yeah, well, we just went dark side.
forged his signature, raided the villages.
Thing is, though, easy target, big payoff. The incentive's there, isn't it?
I've heard that Forthright. We are here because I've heard that Forthright was last seen leading a company into this dungeon. However,
General Farthington.
Farthington.
Yeah.
Sorry, okay.
That Farthington was last seen leading a company into this dungeon. Problem is the Sphinx. Once I've gone past one direction, the Sphinx won't let me back. Apparently,
their fans are really hard to get past.
I know.
You set them up, I'm gonna make the jokes.
If you set them up, I'll knock them down. It's fine with jokes, not with the children.
Children,
Right.
skittles.
What we're going to do, guys, we're going to have
What's
a quick...
the difference?
We're gonna
They're
have
all full of sugar.
In the dark on a bowling alley, it's very hard to tell.
Yeah, one's harder to clean up, though. We're
No,
going to
no,
have
those
a
floors are quite easy to
5-minute
mop.
break
Okay.
whilst I empty the bathroom and people go for various
Well, I
cigarettes and
go get around.
refilling
absolutely.
drinks and things like that.
Very
We'll
good.
be right back. We are live.
Excellent.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for our small break. So, Sir Bluto invites you all to eat with him. If you wish, his followers start to set up just like piled rocks and that as seats, but they're more comfortable than sitting on the floor.
Yep.
A couple of them roll bedrolls out on top of a couple of logs so they'll be comfortable to sit on. One of them started building a fire in the middle of the room, pulling dried sticks out of his pack.
Smalls!
What about the dead guy? Is he?
He's dead.
Well, yeah.
He's still dead.
Has he been put to one side of the room, or?
He's sort of neatly laid by the river at the moment.
Very good.
Of course, they can't bury him in the river because it's a circle, he'll just keep coming round.
He's floating around.
That is traumatic. Every 25 to 30 minutes, your dead body floats by.
It's like, alright, Dave.
What's swollen?
Remember when Dave did? Alright, Dave.
No, his wife will come to work.
Oh.
Have you seen Dave?
Give him 30 seconds.
Or do it Mel Brooks style. Like, wife comes, have you seen my husband? She floats by in the background. And then the knight goes, no.
No.
It's like, he had a noble death. We put him in a boat and set him on sail. He keeps
Frankenstein's fallen asleep.
Frankenstein's down.
His head's
Oh yeah.
someone's killed him.
He's very navel gazing, this Frankenstein now.
That's
He
fine.
looks really upset.
Oh yeah, no, he's like, you've missed it.
Yeah. Look,
That's
people
what I
just-
said. He's just looking at that someone hasn't swept the floor properly. He's just upset about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he invites you to eat with him if you want. If not,
Oh, Remy never took down a free meal.
Yeah, Church's going to sit
Feels
down,
like a
but
banquet
Church's
in
going
his
to
honour.
sit down
Yeah.
10.5 feet away.
10.5.
Seems like a good number.
okay. His followers share. It's very basic rations. There's some dried meat, some bread.
What's the range of your thunderstep?
Yeah, well, all Remy has is cheese and wet bread, so.
The clues in what he just said.
Yeah.
Oh, it is after you went in the water. Yeah.
I'll go sit with Church.
5 feet.
No, I'll go sit with Church.
And Sir Bluto says, look, if I could ask you all a favour, I wish to search the dungeon for Sir. God, I've already forgotten his name. The general.
Sir Farthington.
Farthington.
Forgive me.
I knew it wasn't Fordington.
I was desperately trying to say not Bluto.
Sir Farthington.
Sir Farthington.
I've been told that he's fled here with 2 of his subordinates, and I would really like to capture him and drag him to Baldur's Gate and get him to confess to what he did. Clear my name.
The sonnet would be so sublime.
Don't ask Church.
Imagine the story you could tell. But yes, the Sphinx will not let me investigate any other parts of the temple.
How can we help?
Well, if by chance you are invited to investigate more of the temple,
Well, yeah.
and you happen to find him,
Don't
could you bring him here alive?
I don't know about that.
We could do that.
Alive?
Disembodied voice here.
We can try.
What was that?
We will try our best.
He deserves worse, but
We'll try our best.
While we're doing this, Church is going to try and lighten the mood by playing the flute this time.
What level are you guys?
Oh,
8.
8.
8, yeah, total.
This is a lot of experience for beating these guys, whether through fighting or charming.
Yes.
Well, have you beaten these guys, or is someone about to start a fight?
I don't know.
Yes, we have beaten
Hey.
these guys.
I'll
It
go
depends on how good the flute playing is, doesn't it, really?
The flute playing is utterly average. So it's like
It's more of a
high
recorder.
school student level for that kind of.
No,
Great
just
ball, that kind
not,
of
not
thing.
across to Remy. You can pick it up.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Well, Remy pulls his war gong. It's
War
been
gong.
seen better days.
Ah.
Dong.
The flute's
And I
combination.
saw it ring.
That's all we know is dong. Thank you.
No, he's proficient in a number of instruments, but the war gong is the one he chose tonight.
No, it's
like,
to
it's-
complement the flute.
That's all it is in the one
Have you
song
ever
is
seen
this. Dong.
Dong.
Thank
And
you.
he just kind of like.
Have you ever seen the one of the proms? I don't know if it's an English one or it's an American one. But it's like a orchestra show, but they do funny bits as well. And the conductor, after they finish their one of the big classical pieces, stops and goes, and now, one of our members, Gary, whatever his name is, has prepared a very, very special solo on his instrument of choice. He's first time performing it in front of you all tonight. We've all heard it. Some of the most beautiful music we've ever heard. He's going to play it for you all now. And the guy stands up, raises his triangle and goes, dong. Thank you. And it goes on all the orchestra like.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's the timing and it's the tone.
It's the pacing on it. It makes it it's absolutely, utterly hilarious.
So, Altman, sit still, repeat this.
Yeah, I'm kind of just waiting for something to happen there.
Yeah. I was going to say, so was I. I'm like, oh, okay.
So basically, we're going to have to get by the dreaded Sphinx.
Or work another way to get behind the Sphinx.
Remember the other room.
The Sphinx looked rather bedraggled and wasn't at all impressed with the setup that was going on.
I'm going to presume that, that Remy's
him.
Past the Sphinx already type scenario. So.
Yeah, Remy got into the dungeon going past
because the river went in a circle, so it's not as if I could have followed it down.
Unfortunately, now, a lot of your boats are either upside down.
They'll be back around in 15 minutes, won't they?
But
if we
Sir
put the
Bluto
net across the
says-
water, we catch them when they come round.
Sir Bluto says, but we do have a shortcut. We can't use boats every time we come and go. So we do have a... And he walked over to one of the walls.
Which way does he go, out of interest?
He's over here.
Oh, he went forward, okay. He gets an attack of opportunity, so...
Don't do it.
Fuck the story.
I thought, Alan, you were saying the other day that you aren't murder hobos.
I'm not, that's why I'm not actually doing
the
it.
problem with redemption is...
You have to have done something bad
Yeah, the
first.
problem with character redemption is...
What I looked for 4 sessions, these guys are like, you keep hurting us with this, and I'm like, you literally killed me twice in the first session. Like,
And he reveals a passageway
I bet he does.
that returns...
Yeah, because you don't want to keep getting yourself your feet wet here every time. Yeah.
You initially started in.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
see, it doesn't take a great performer to recognise that when you stand on stage in front of the Sphinx, you don't say, yes, I will give you what you ask for. You say, no, I'll give you what you need. I promise you, the thing that a near-immortal lion-faced magic mystical beast that spits nothing but puzzles requires more than answers is a puzzle anew, something that is yet to hear. Something which magical, arcane, nay, electronic divination will help with.
Yeah, we should totally do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, does anyone have a puzzle that no one else has ever heard?
We did know, because we did lots of them on the night, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but no one has ever heard of it before.
Puzzle that no one has ever heard of.
Yeah.
Women.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck it, well, there you go.
Yeah.
There's the conundrum.
There's no
No,
solution.
the problem is that everyone's heard of it.
Oh,
Heard
yeah.
of them, but does not know the answer.
Alright.
Yeah.
13 men on an island. They have to work out. 13 men on an island.
Like
One
this.
of them is lighter than the rest of them. The other 12 are exactly equal weight, but one of them is lighter. All they have is a seesaw that can be used 3 times. How do you find out the single man that is lighter?
Subdivision. Oh, sorry, thank you. Is that right? 3 times going to be enough.
Okay,
so
so
you divide by 2, divide... It's got to be the way. You
So 13
put
divided
one
by
out.
2 is 7.5.
Yeah, no, what, sorry, forgive me, I was speaking, not
That's
thinking.
right.
So you put 1 out,
To get to 12.
and then you
Yeah.
put 6 on either side. If it's even, then it's that guy.
It's that guy.
And then if it's odd, then it's the side.
One end
that's-
will go up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you subdivide. And am I wrong?
Put 3 on each side.
Yeah.
3 on each side.
Yeah, and then it would go up on one side or the other side.
Yeah.
Yep. So you take the white
You
side.
take
And
those
then you
3,
go
do the
one
concept
off,
again.
and yeah,
One
One
and
off and one on each
subdivision.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, there you go.
See, the Sphinx did know that a woodchucker would chuck.
I heard that, and
Yeah.
I meant to Google this. Because I
It's
presumed
from-
the woodchuck, how much wood could the woodchuck chuck if the woodchuck could chuck off? You know what I mean?
Yes.
How much
I
wood-
thought that was just grammatically impossible to solve. And someone said, about 250 metric cubic tons. I'm like,
It's Monkey Island 2 or Monkey Island?
Yeah.
oh gosh.
The Monkey
Yeah.
Island
I
games.
can't believe I didn't know that.
Yeah.
£700.
I think it's
So
Monkey
not
Island
250 million cubic tons, which is what I'm pretty sure someone said last week.
2. They knew that.
One of my favourite, it's not Monkey Island, but it's a similar sort of adventure game. There's a gorilla blocking your path.
So
And you
there's
can't go anywhere. You're in South America, and there's a gorilla on the path in front of you, and you're trying to get to the temple, and you can't get past the gorilla no matter what you do. But you can point out that gorillas don't live in South America; they live in Africa. At which point, the gorilla questions its existence, blinks
Goes
out of
away.
existence. It's like, oh, I'm an impossibility. Whoop, and disappears, and then you just walk through.
Did anyone ever play
Jesus.
Animal, which was based on
No.
the Pepper Army adverts?
No.
And it was done by.
Is this real?
This is a real game, and it was one of the best things I've ever played in my life. Basically, you are
Because it was based on pepperoni.
you are the Pepper Army. You're solving this crime, and you're out at one point. You're outside a nightclub trying to get in, and this guy goes psst, psst, and he goes, "I am not. I'm just very happy." And I'm like, I love this, and it's just all
fair
that sort
play.
of humour all the way through.
Right.
So it's risky but not
Okay, that's like.
Risky but not risque.
okay. Yeah,
No,
and it was just it was
riddle
geniusly
last
written.
You've got a riddle for the Sphinx. Okay. Are you guys gonna head through the secret corridor and back
Sure.
to the T junction?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Let's,
Yeah, I was gonna say
oh. Are we? I might wait for Alden.
Who?
Gary.
Gary.
I wait for me. I'm
Oh,
already
Oldman.
somewhere else.
Oh, right, okay.
Gary Oldman, I get it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
let's-
I was confused
yeah.
for a second.
Yeah,
I don't
let's,
know why I went there.
It's because he said Gary about 18
He
times.
did.
Yeah.
I agree. The DM's to blame.
Gary.
and Smiley.
How
as
did you
well.
know my
It's a
nickname?
bit like Smiley in that also.
So you got a riddle. Is this for us?
Not
I've got,
Riddle me
I've
this,
got,
riddle
no,
me that. Who's afraid of the big bad bat?
No, I've got one for us. A woman shoots her husband and holds him underwater for 5 minutes.
We've done this one. It's a photograph. It was one of the ones we did yesterday, last time.
Last week, yeah. Yeah, it sounded very familiar.
Photograph. I don't know. He's still scrolling. Yeah,
Look
you're
at the
right.
answer. Okay, so
I'll keep this one quiet. I'll keep the other one quiet.
on the way down, I came up with a riddle. As I was walking out from the house, I came up with a riddle, which I don't
Go
think,
on.
as far as I'm concerned, never been heard before. So, use your phones, see what happens. Okay, so, and this is the thing. This is the one I'd like to give to the Sphinx. If
Am
we
I supposed to be able to
past them
see all
again.
that?
Just wait.
What we see?
Oh, you'll see in a minute.
Okay. So this is the one I'd like to give the Sphinx to try and gain passage past.
Okay.
So it's very simple. Remy turns his pocket. I'm not going to do it myself because I've got my keys in there. But turns his pocket line inside. I have nothing inside my pocket. Takes his glove off. I have nothing within my hand. When I place my hand within my pocket, without arcane or divine creation of any kind, when I remove my hand from my pocket, I can draw one of 3 items. What are those 3 items?
When you remove your hand from your pocket,
Yeah.
you can draw one of 3 items.
Yeah. So there's nothing. So my pocket is empty. There is nothing in my hand. When I put my hand in my pocket, I can remove my hand and draw one of 3 items. What are those 3 items?
Ooh, to the Sphinx.
You can turn the. Do you want me to answer this?
Yeah, well, absolutely. But
I want to see if I can. I want to
Yeah,
see if
no,
I'm on
please
the
do.
right sort
And
of
Google
logic.
it because maybe I've heard it somewhere
I
else.
want
but
to see if I'm on the right.
As far as I'm
logic.
convinced, I've
You can-
come up with this on the way down. So.
You can draw nothing.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
'Cause
But
it's
is
free.
nothing an item?
Mm.
I think it precludes itself.
It depends. Riddles are all about wordplay.
Well, you're
Finger
falling on
pistols.
the side of Echo when I think that was just.
Finger guns. Yeah.
They're really good.
The pocket itself, by turning it inside out.
Okay.
Again, I'm going for like the trixiest fucking things I can
Draw a
think of.
circle with your finger. You can draw a square. You can draw a triangle.
Triangle.
But can you? Oh, okay, I get you. What you're saying. Okay.
We're going.
So maybe the wording should have been bring forth 3 items. I don't know.
No, third item, pocket fluff. There's always pocket for it.
But there was nothing in the pocket.
Yeah, but there's always
but
pocket.
there's always pocket for it.
Like
Maybe
belly
nothing
button.
in the
When I
pocket.
remove my hand, I can draw one of 3 items. What are those 3 items? If it was drawing as in gesturing,
Describing, yeah.
it could be anything. It could be a star, it could be a pentagon, it could be a trapezoid. It could be
You're just showing off with how many shapes you know, right? Like square, circle, triangle, trapezoid. All right.
A decadon.
Yeah, it's like all right.
tetrahedron.
Cheers to that reading this book, see if you can polymorph into a trap.
A Mobius strip.
Oh, well played, sir. Your
Did
breath.
never stop drawing it. So
Your breath with my hand.
I honestly can't think on that one. No, I don't know.
Should we pause there and see if it ever?
Yeah, see if it ever comes up. Don't give it away unless it comes
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Because the answer could be crap.
What kind of room has no doors or windows?
Oh,
I know this.
one that
Sorry,
needs intermittent air changes. What kind of
You
room?
work for a ventilation company.
No, but I was in a room without
I-
windows and doors earlier.
I have heard
a
this one
cycle
before,
studio.
but I have forgotten the answer.
What room has no doors or windows?
A mushroom.
That's it.
Oh, fucking hell.
A mushroom. Like I said, I knew I'd heard this one before somewhere.
I've got. It's not so much a riddle. It's my favourite crossword clue. And yes,
Go
I
on.
know how that sounds when you say that out loud. But my
Your
Go on.
favourite.
You have, no, I'd like this to be expanded, but you have
Before you do, can we
favourite
have?
Yeah.
crossword.
Can we have your second
Yeah,
favourite crossword?
absolutely. Yeah. But is this 4 down or 2 across? Because there's a. I mean,
It is.
Big difference.
So I'll give you my favourite, and then I need to quickly think of my second favourite
Yeah.
because I never thought.
Never
of
been
it.
asked.
well,
that
to be
question.
fair,
I was gonna say,
to
yeah.
be fair,
Okay.
who would ever,
So
in a social situation, find themselves explaining what their second favourite crossword puzzle is?
I am going to go where we're working out with that.
God knows so that.
So my favourite crossword clue is 5 letters,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
and the clue is this: HIJK.
You're spelling it
LM
out. You're just spelling it out.
HIJKLMNO.
No.
And the answer is 5 letters.
So I completely missed that because I was giggling and. Not
That's alright because I just said HIJKLMNO.
So I'm going to write them down because obviously I've had too many Corona.
HIJKLMNO.
And the answer is 5 letters.
HIJKLMNO.
LMNO.
No.
8.
7 is 5 letters. Oh no, it's 8.
This is
Yeah,
5.
8.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
I love it. This is why I like it because it was buried amongst all the cryptic things. And it's
The answer I came up with was 6 letters.
Hello.
Yeah, the answer's 8, isn't it?
I'm trying to think of a
The answer's
of a
5.
clue.
No, don't, okay.
What was the trick? What was that?
HIJKLMO.
LMNO.
LMNO, sorry.
Yeah.
So it's just like
It's just gibberish.
one of the middle quarters of the alphabet.
Middle.
That's
No,
6
eight.
letters.
That's heading in the right
Six.
direction.
Mid. No.
Centre.
Centre.
Yeah, you're in the right direction, but slightly going off at a tangent. You bring it back
Off
to that first
centre.
thought.
Off centre. Quarter. Terrible. at
Oh, I know the
What
answer,
is
but I
it?
can't remember what it is. I remember this now.
Explain it
It's
and
there's
we'll-
something. Oh, fudge.
Something about the letters I've given you. They're quite specific.
Yeah, they are. I'm trying to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why am I struggling to? I've had too much drink, so I'm going to have some more beer.
Oh, this is not fair. I'm dyslexic and I know what it is. But,
Right, you need a pencil and you paper. This
it's-
is why D&D
yeah.
Beyond is beyond me.
It's not an anagram or anything like that.
No, because that's exactly what I was going with, and it wasn't panning out because J.
But it's all the letters in order.
So it's HIJKLMNO.
It's just order.
So the order's correct. There's no missing letters.
No, is the answer order?
No,
It's 5
'cause it's not
letters.
the full order, isn't it? It's
No, but it's in
partial.
order. It's in
It's
order.
a section. Is it the middle? It's not. That's what I'm
No,
going to try and work
middle
out.
is
It's
6
not.
letters.
Centre. It's
No,
It's all the letters from.
the alphabet's very
So-
small words.
just for clarity. Of all the puzzles in the world, the kind of puzzle I don't do is crosswords.
Yeah. As am I, and it's on,
But I
on
like-
my bucket list to do a Times crossword before I.
before the answer comes out the next day.
HTOP is only 4 letters.
Ah, right. I thought you were on the right track, not slightly. But if I was to start the phrase, you could finish it. It is all the letters from
H to P.
Close, but what was the final letter?
H2O. Water.
There you go.
It's water.
It's water.
It's all the letters from H2O.
Oh, very
I
smart.
hate you because I was so close. I was like,
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's not the one I thought it was, but
I'm going to use that.
I didn't get that.
Simple
Someone
one.
had to explain it to me, and I was like, oh, damn it.
I like that a
I
lot.
have branches but no fruit, trunks or leaves. What am I?
family.
Family tree.
Nope.
Branches, but
To
no
be fair,
fruit.
lots of families have
Tell you
fruits.
what, I have branches but no fruit, trunk or leaves. What am I?
Lung?
Train track.
Nope.
Bank.
There you go.
My local branch of the Halifax.
I feel like all of them have those. All the answers we gave. fit.
Sort code, counting them.
Yeah. If you'd like,
Oh,
if you'd
60,
like to
23, 12.
be in for a chance to win, remember to put your full card number, your sort your full
And the
name,
last three
and
digits
the
on the
last
back
three
of
digits on the back of the card in chat, please. Don't
Please
worry,
post
we
your
know
bank
most
card
of you
too.
are broke.
Where you guys are going wrong is you're turning the microphone off during the break. You're running. That's the answer.
I said that, but
We're not allowed to
yeah.
keep it running during the break because we talk about the
No,
drugstore down
we-
the road.
Yeah.
The
We-
one
While the
Are
while
we-
the
are
mic
we
is
on?
on.
Dodgy watermelons, we're live, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah,
We do. Alan can't for legal reasons.
For legal reasons, I can't comment. These are not the views or the beliefs of anyone affiliated with the Geek Bar
Or otherwise.
or otherwise. Yeah, they can't see that. That's the whole point of no camera.
Yeah.
These just happen to be random people talking. Any
Customers.
similarity to any beliefs of the owner of the Geek Bar or similarity to his
guaranteed.
voice is just purely coincidental.
Now with 0% APR.
As Arthur opened the bottom door.
Oh yeah.
As
Sorry.
Arthur-
Yes.
Well, Altman's already opened it.
Yeah.
Ah, fair enough.
And now you guys get to see what's in there.
Yay!
Oh!
What the?
I regret my decision. Although I am still invisible, I believe.
So, I'm going to read you some boxed text.
Actually,
My idea was
for
to
once.
come here.
Yes, please. 'Cause
You are looking out and down into an enormous chamber defined by terraced steps that ring the entire area and descend towards the central alcove. A few feet south of the door, water laps at the edge of the stone floor. Looking to the side, you can see the ring of the terrace that lies beyond is a 10-foot deep ring of water held in by a nearly transparent wall. Another of those watery steps in the terrace is somewhat lower than the first. At the level in between these aquariums, the terrace steps are dry, but the area is enclosed with a glassy wall like the others.
no. Well,
Oh.
that's a lot of
Fuck
people.
off.
That's a lot of
Is that a
people.
manticore in the middle? Two of them.
There's
Three.
actually
Three of them.
a much
three of
better
them.
picture in the book at the top of this page.
Oh, shitballs.
I'm sorry.
It's-
I must be going drunk or something. I can't see anything.
It's literally in front of you. There's the top of an aquarium, but it's an
Okay.
aquarium in a ring.
That's useful
Yeah.
to know.
Inside of that, there's a terrarium full of scorpions
The
in a
fuck
ring.
is that?
Inside of that,
That's
there's an aquarium again, and then at the bottom there's a terrarium with manticores.
Excellent.
Okay.
And Kevin McLeod going, it's fabulous. The use of space
yeah.
and light. And
I heard
water."
Connor McLeod. I was like, why would he be doing that? And he's like,
There
there
can
can
be
be only
only
one.
one.
Just him in the middle. Like, have we just entered the collectors?
I don't know.
Alright, so we're going to figure out how we can do this.
I don't know. Do you know, in my head canon, I have a thing that goes on in my head where I replace David Attenborough with Danny Dyer
Yeah.
in nature documentaries.
I'm just going to.
Because I like the idea of Danny Dyer walking through a forest
I'll
going,
try and find
I'm
it.
not
Have
here
you
looking
seen-
for fucking sloths.
Have you seen the Snoop Dogg one?
It'll be
What?
around somewhere.
The
Well,
Snoop Dogg one.
Oh, Hugh.
No.
It's fucking hilarious. He does like a voiceover of a nature video of a lizard getting attacked by a load of snakes.
Yeah.
Go on, man! Go! Look at him!
There's the one where they've got the Snoop Dogg narrating a nature documentary. He's like, these are little doggies going after this big doggy. Big doggy going to turn around and go woof. And you're just there like, so
He's not wrong. It's just a very different view on things, isn't it? I like it. Although
I've watched the video, the one you watched, the wizard going up, getting attacked by all the
with
snakes, and he escapes at the end.
and he goes, "That's man." Click.
That's my boy.
So these things that are they enclosed? Because I mean, from that image, obviously the weird squiddy things are sort of lurching from the water.
So
But-
there's a giant crayfish. The top level is an aquarium
Ooh.
filled with giant
I'd make
crayfish.
really nice crayfish paella.
Just down from there, there is a terrarium encased in glass filled with
Giant
giant scorpions. Below that, there is another aquarium filled with sea lions. On the bottom is a glass enclosure with three manticores.
Manticores. Ah.
With three manticores.
Should we take a few selfies and just walk past? I feel like
Go round.
Can we? Because like I can go invisible. Can anyone else do something similar?
I'm already invisible. Well, no,
Yeah.
from the description, they're all encased.
For clarity,
They are currently all enclosed.
Remy's in a sequin jumpsuit, so no, he can't be invisible.
You were Elton Johning a D&D campaign.
Yeah,
He's in a.
he's Reg Dwighting.
He's
The minute he gets
he's part of
hit-
his leather armour.
The minute you get hit by something and don't die, you can stand up and be like, I'm
still
still standing,
standing,
better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor,
Ow!
feeling like a little kid.
Got it.
That's his battle song.
Oh, I'm annoyed none of these have crocodiles in. Because then you can just hold a rock and be like, oh, crocodile
Got a
rock.
Just like, annoying music. We did this. What was this singer?
We did this with Pat Benatar.
Yeah, we did.
We went through her entire discography and worked it into the session.
I mean, you did most of it.
I did, because I googled her discography.
We were just like, this sounds familiar.
Because the only one of hers that I know off by heart is Hit Me With Your Best Shot. So.
Hit me with your best shot. And you only know that because of
Guitar Hero 3.
Yeah. I like the fact you know exactly which Guitar Hero it is as well.
That was the one Slash on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Slash, Tom Morello, and the Devil.
I'm going to go invisible and do exactly what Alton's just done.
Okay.
So I can cast invisibility.
Okay.
You grass. So people wouldn't notice was it done.
The top level is clear. You can just walk around the top level.
Okay. Is there anything interesting in the midsections that would make us venture down? Or is
I don't know.
oh,
Do you want to break the glass to go and find them?
Ooh.
No, I'm trying to look to see if there's anything there, but
No,
I kind of want to set these animals free.
The aquarium in front of you is currently like.
I feel if I broke the glass, they would die. The reverse of.
Well, I think
Carry
you're
on.
right. If you break the glass, they'll die. But only because you guys will be like, ah, shit, bang.
I mean, admittedly, yes. I'd like to free the animals, which is weird, as I've killed a lot of humans,
Well,
humanoids.
if you have that inclination, could that be something you express after we pass through the room?
Well, I'm invisible, so
Okay.
So can we basically just walk around the
you guys
outside
don't know where I am.
and-
Currently, I've been
That's
invisible,
very true.
stealthy.
Basically.
I mean, could do. I just feel like I'm trying to understand why they're locked up. It's
But I would say
troubling me.
And it does look like there's a door or something down there in the middle.
I'd be more concerned about why they're here, less about why they're locked up.
I've got a plan.
There's a I see what you mean about that
Man
door
with a
as well.
plan. Can't be seen.
How hard are manticores?
On a scale to one to 2, we're probably about 2.
On a scale of 1 to 2, 10.
Well, this one goes up to 11.
To be fair, I don't know about this edition, but you know,
Yeah, they're pretty badass.
you know, it's not.
Most-
It doesn't go terrier, Alsatian,
Although, in
Rottweiler.
fairness, I've still got that rock thing. I almost petrified a Medusa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, he did.
Or
Oh,
by
yeah.
holding a mirror
and then
up to it.
She crit
no,
failed.
I have a thing that lets me turn things into petrify things,
Okay.
and she didn't have.
So what did you scream? Something like, Have some of your own medicine.
I just threw a rock at her face.
Alright, that's
Fucking have that, you dick.
yeah.
She tried petrifying me. I started freaking out, going, "Oh, turn into stone," and then remembered that I'm immune to being petrified, which was embarrassing.
He was like, I'm turning to stone. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, I'm not. I've got this bracelet on that stops that. You turn to stone now.
And she was like,
And then these guys killed her off before she turned to stone. I was like, no, this is the ultimate
It's our very
justice.
own Amy Pond Doctor Who moment.
Having said that, the Medusa was cursed for being pretty by a goddess, but let's not get into that mythology.
that Medusa wasn't.
Well, maybe you don't know. You don't know. We haven't played the Odyssey.
Goddess. It's a shame.
It's so funny. I've gone from like coming into campaigns with absolutely no backstory, which I think was this one. I was just like, I'm this guy, deal with it. And I've just written up a character for a campaign that was starting next Thursday, and I'm like, so we were orphaned at birth, me and my brother, and we were found by we're Goliaths. We were found by a dwarven monk who prays at the Temple of the Sword, who prays to the god Tempest, and so they're fighting monks. Our then stepfather dies during the Battle of the Silver Marshes, which means we absolutely hate orcs and drow. In comparison to my brother, I'm massively really good at the fighting, natural born, fighty, stabby, to the extent that I've become a paladin rather than just a monk, and part of the special forces. When this war started, I was old enough to go fight, but my brother was too young. But my brother's very book smart. He'd learn things about the drow and about the way they fight and stuff, and send me letters that would always seem to arrive at the right time to give me that little bit of knowledge that just helped me and my party get through the next sort of engagement sort of thing. After the war, obviously a bit tired of killing and battling, ironically for me, I settled down on a farm, but my brother's still trying to prove himself, even though in my eyes he was the hero that did all the good stuff, because he was the one telling me what I needed to watch out for and things. He's gone off with the party of the Yellow Banner to prove himself, as he's more of a archaeologist, or the correct pronunciation of that word.
Archaeologist.
And he's disappeared 6 months ago. So now there's a guy going to look for him, basically, and that's why we're going off in the campaign. And I'm like, oh, it's quite an interesting backstory. Yeah, I quite like that. And then the DM's like, you have changed so much in such a short space of time. I'm like, I'm a warlock. I will figure it out as I go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and this, and this, and this, and this, and then, that was it as well. There was an interest. So we threw in that basically we'll come across my brother at some stage, and also the guys that killed, my stepfather, or I remember that. As a child, as far as I'm aware, I don't remember the person that killed my dad, but we're going to come across the guy that killed my dad, and I'll have like a this dude, and then I'll lose my shit.
Yeah.
We had a good one with mine.
And I'm like, we haven't even played a session
had
0. That's just me sat out.
I love backstory.
I had a Genasi, the half fire, half Ifrit, half human, and the backstory was like, because he was a samurai, and I'd taken him that like somewhere in the lands of the east there is the D&D version of Japan.
Yeah.
And my
Oriental
father,
Adventures.
Hasn't that been criticised quite heavily recently?
probably.
Yeah.
My father was hiding as a fire spirit in our lands, and said he would teach my mother how to use her natural magical gifts. Actually, just wanted to have a relationship with her, and when she got pregnant, fled our lands, left her with me. She was a noble woman having a child outside of marriage, so was spurned. I grew up on the streets, she was chased out of town. I went off on a big adventure to the west to find my father. Basically forgot about my backstory until at one point we had to rescue a genie who was being held. He was our lead for something we were going to do. Break into this auction house, we end up getting the genie out, and it's not a genie, it's my dad.
Okay.
And the story that I've been told my entire life, that he'd abused my mother and then left and run out on us, was wrong. My mother had wanted to take her powers to a dark place and take over and rule as an evil empress, and he'd stripped her of most of her abilities and taken them so she could never find them and never get them back. But now that I knew where he was, she knew where he was, and my mother began her own quest to come and get her powers back.
Dun, dun, dun.
And it sort of flipped my entire backstory on its head and showed just sort of like what a child raised in an environment is told to believe.
Yeah.
How it can be very different than that. And the DM was really good. I was really impressed that he'd done it. And I was like, so I ended up working with my dad to try and stop my mother, who was pushing to become this like dark sorceress character. And I was like, this is really good. Really enjoying it.
That's cool.
Right.
That's very cool.
Are you guys going to open the door?
Which door? Oh, the door behind you.
Or are you going to mess with the monsters?
I was going to say, it's such a big, pretty room.
It does feel like there's a lot of elaborate.
And we've been in 2 rooms so far, which is a record for us.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to kick
Let me
something.
do some quick math.
This room feels so elaborate. I daren't displace its balance. It feels like it's at equilibrium.
Yeah, I mean, it's not every week the book got passed round for this room.
Well, there you go.
And we were like, yep, thank you, we're going to walk straight past.
No, we're not falling for your games.
I don't know what's
We've
going
been
on
here before.
but I believe the track around the edge goes around the edge. Do we need to pass through it? I'm a bit confused about the layout of the map, unfortunately. I've not been drawing it out like previously.
Yeah. What do we want to do? Do we want to stay and investigate the room a little bit further and potentially all die in about
who's got a really heavy object? We can just throw it. We can open this door, throw something really sharp or something heavy into the middle of the room,
And
then close
let
the
out
door.
the manticores.
No, but then close
Like
the
of
door.
all the things.
No, but then just close the door.
Well, what's the point then?
There was a dead guy.
because then you can just let
could
all
probably
the animals
negotiate for
kill
his
each
body.
other, and then you go in and pick off the remainders.
I tell you what, could
That
Church
somehow makes sense, but
wander around?
there's several separate bits of glass.
Just to give you guys a heads up, there's over 1,000 hit points in this room, not including you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's what, 2,000 plus?
No, with you guys it is
1,012.
Yeah, like, not much more.
1,000, just short of 1,300.
Because I'm at full health, you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. so am I, but I'm a rock gnome. If I get stepped on,
60, 70 something.
Blah blah
60
blah blah blah
something.
blah 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 blah.
Direct on 100.
Wait.
My max is 64. I'm on 32.
Oh yeah, so it's about 1,250 at the moment.
Could Church wander around the outside
Oh, I didn't realise I had buff. H, Stephen.
with and
Yeah,
cast
room
detect
the open
magic?
doors.
Yeah, the whole room glows very brightly.
Okay. I relay that information to the group.
What?
I mean, without sounding rude, I was definitely sure it was a magical situation. Like, definitely magic. But thank you.
But now it's definitely magic.
Definitely magic.
Definitely
And it's the
magic.
entire room.
And
So
it's the entire room. So there's no part of this room that's not magic, which we may have missed had we not wasted our time.
Just how magical is this room, Church?
Oh.
I'm blind!
Notably though,
if I wanted
the
to
door at the bottom of the room
Is.
is also magic.
Ooh.
Notably.
Ah.
So
does that mean if we get down there and survive, it goes, nope.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, that's code for even if you get to the hacker, you're not going to get through it.
Yeah.
Or if you kill
Yeah.
everything, you get through it.
Azad's going to open the door.
I'm not certain that that's
Which
the
door?
lock.
There's only the one door at the
There's-
bottom where we are here.
No, that's the door we just came through.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I thought Joy came.
Oh,
the door we came through
there's
was
a
at the
door
top.
there.
How many doors are in this room?
2.
2 doors, one at the top, one at the bottom.
I'm just gonna open this door.
That's the magical door.
I'm gonna attempt to open it and see what happens.
It's locked.
Okay.
We're gonna have to fight.
We're gonna.
Or
I feel like that
Or,
scene from Peaky Blinders.
shall we
No
search
fucking
the...
fighting. And they're just like, fuck it, let's just
No,
kill
what?
someone.
I'm Billy Kimber.
When
I
you-
fix the races.
When you touch the door,
Yes.
you do get an odd sensation.
Oh, is it cold?
I don't mean like a tickle or electric shock or anything. I mean happiness.
Get your hands off that,
I was gonna
pervert.
You know, touching this door is like smelling your favourite meal being cooked, and you're like,
I was intrigued where you were going.
oh,
with
this is
that.
going to be
Really.
good. Well, I can't think of any other real good descriptions.
No.
So
Cuddling?
smelling your favourite food, you're like, yeah, I want some of that. It's
In case
nice.
she's watching, cuddling Julia.
It's nice. It's a sort of warm feeling, comfort.
In case my kids are listening, doing your homework on time and early.
And going to bed on time.
And go to bed on time.
To be
No.
early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late, and to be late is unacceptable.
A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to.
You're not a wizard.
Fuck.
I am.
And then literally in the same movie goes, sorry Frodo, I was delayed.
Like, just fucking with it. It's the same book. It's in the book.
Yeah,
So don't blame the movie for bad writing.
yeah. I sat at the top of Wolfang because I felt like it.
Don't get me wrong, I am a Tolkien fan. I enjoyed The Hobbit was one of the first proper adult books that I read as a teenager. But The Lord of the Rings, he dragged that motherfucker out. It's brilliant writing, but Jesus
To be
Christ.
fair
you
to
know.
him, it did take 10 years to write it. Didn't it?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it may have particularly wrote that scene like a decade before he finalised the book.
oh no. Oh, I get that. But maybe don't write so much. Like, shorten it down.
Yeah, I did tell the kids, when you read that book, when you get to the Tom Bombadil chapter, skip the entire chapter and just save yourself, because that will make you put the book down. Because that's what it did for me.
Let's be clear.
I just like finding out that Merry, Pippin, Frodo, and Sam aren't their names.
Here.
What? What?
It's not their
Do
name.
you know? So
Hang on, whoa, what?
here is how in depth Tolkien went for the Lord of the Rings. He
Created a
a
whole.
whole language
Yeah.
based off his own studies of things like the very ancient forms of English and Welsh and Gaelic.
Yes.
In their own tongues, their names
These are
are
very good for this.
vastly different.
Yeah.
Merry, Frodo, Pippin, and Sam are what you would call like the modernization.
A bit like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Very highly unlikely in the
Never
Middle
met
East in that time they would be called Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Merry, Pippin.
Blown your
Frodo,
mind now, haven't
Sam.
Oh my god,
Also,
I was
Jesus
today
isn't
years
white.
old when I learned. That's so obvious when you say it.
There were
Yeah.
never any hobbits called Frodo, Sam, Pippin, and Merry. Their real names were Maura, Ban, Razar, and Kali. In Westron, which is the language of the hobbits and the language of Gondor. However,
Well, I'll be frank.
Basically-
Jackson has got a lot to figure out. That's for
basically everybody except the Rohirrim,
Yeah.
their names are not what you see in the books. Their names are what their names translate to if turned from their home language into common.
Got you.
Because
Wow.
the books are written as if they were written in the language of the Aolingus, the Aowen,
Yeah.
and Theoden and that lot.
Yeah.
All of their names are right because they are actual, proper, traditional British names and pronunciations.
So, like
I believe, I may have that wrong, but
Wow, I never knew that.
if you want
You
Myriad,
spent too long mulling
The-
the crossword puzzles. That's
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. And I've read like the bits at the back and stuff, and all
So-
that kind
and
of
the
yeah,
simile.
Yeah. I've never read. I haven't read the Similian, so that one.
Oh well, there you go. You need to Google it.
Yeah. Nah. And actually, the Bible.
That's really
thing is, like,
interesting.
literally, I've never thought about that.
So-
before. That's quite scary.
Sam is Ban, but
Yeah.
Samwise is Banazir.
You know, you can really see how it's made that leap, though, can't you? It's obvious, isn't it? Yeah. Clear.
And
bridge.
there's, like, it's because he wasn't just writing the books as an author. He was writing the books from the point of view of a hobbit who'd lived the adventures, writing it down.
Yeah.
Writing it in a language that more people could read rather than his own language.
Guys.
So the names were written as if they were the translations of the names, not the real names. Because the real names would be in a language no one understood.
So to be clear, now we have Netflix. You don't need to worry about any of that shit ever happening.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
In
yeah.
fact, yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
the
It's like the
evolution of the human
translations
race.
of the Quran being written in English.
Whoa.
Yeah.
When
Whoa.
some of the names, honestly it is. Some of the names get changed and have some of their
Excuse me, I'm
subtlety
gonna, stay up for a
lost.
sec.
Yeah.
Because in English there isn't the same sort of inflections on various symbols and strokes and that there is in the traditional writings. So you get names that read very differently in English than they do in the original Arabic. Same with things like the Torah and original Hebrew and that. Cain and Abel in Hebrew are not called Cain and Abel. They are called the sheep keeper and I think the field keeper or the fence keeper or something.
Oh wow.
Because their names are words that translate to those if they're in English, but they were kept as Cain and Abel because English-speaking people read those as names, not titles.
And does the same apply to the disciples?
You wouldn't yet.
So is Matthew, Luke, and John like a translation?
Matthew was almost certainly Matthias or some other.
Yeah.
Luke would be Levi because that's what Luke is in Hebrew. Simon would be Simeon or even Gideon.
For example, in Latin America, Jesus
is Jesus.
Jesus.
I never tweaked.
Yeah, and so Tolkien wrote his books as if it was a translation into a common language from a language not everyone spoke.
It's a whole other layer.
So yeah.
It's fucking deep. I mean, he's a brilliant mind, right? But also at the same time, you sort of think, all right, chill out, mate.
Tolkien
It's a bit like him with shapes.
Yeah.
It's like, triangle was enough.
Tolkien is believed to be one of the last people that, if pressed, could have spoken what is officially a dead language and has been for several thousand years. Because he studied very old forms of British and English and Gaelic.
I remember watching an interview where he said he would make up languages and just make he just enjoyed making languages up and then.
He completely designed Elvish from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Based it loosely on Farsi, I think it was, loosely, but completely designed the grammar and the syntax and that from the bottom up for the whole language.
Anyway, we digress.
People wonder why he was a nerd.
Speaking of digressions, the bucket underneath the urinal is a brilliant thing. So it's like at least 8% easier to hit the target.
So, this door is magical. However, the only magical effect it's had so far is to give Azarth a nice feeling of comfort and happiness when he touched it.
Okay.
Well, I don't see a reason to let go. Okay, so it's basically giving you a positive vibe.
Yeah, the door is giving positive vibes.
The information we've got at the minute is that the room is full of terror. Let's be clear, tiered terror.
Yes.
But if you want to get to the exit says this is pleasant.
Yes, that's exactly it.
So did it not open? Is it
Yeah,
magically
it's locked.
The
sealed?
door did not open.
Okay, all right.
Acting as if it was locked.
Question about the tiers:
Yes.
is each level got like a layer of glass over the entire
Yes.
thing?
Top,
But
sides.
they're non-accessible unless you go break
You
the
have
glass.
to break the glass to get into them.
Well, I don't feel that there's no sign that says in case of emergency break glass.
No,
So
no.
I don't
I've got a spare quarter stuff I don't really use. The bottom end of my quarter stuff, can I just...
It sounds complete. I get the logic.
Just go
Yeah.
I've got something I don't
On
use,
what?
so let's employ it.
the top layer of glass.
You want to smash the glass?
Yes.
He would like to smash the glass.
Who would like to rugby tackle the necromancer?
I'm still invisible.
Who's invisible?
I'm just going to stand there and go,
Yeah,
fucking again.
just before you smash the glass, there's several things I think we should do.
I'd like to table a small list.
I'd like to tell a full account of what we have on us.
We should definitely patch you up a bit.
like for example, these doors we came through closed and me behind them. Feel free.
Right, 1 second. So, if you. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squiddy things. Yeah?
Right, so you're right, let's
In
take
what?
stock. There's tiers, so there's an order, and there's a number, so there's detail. And what do we have in each cage?
Because I'm thinking if we can get past the squids without getting wet. Sorry, crayfish.
But couldn't you just thunderclap the water?
Why?
It's electricity and water.
Thunder isn't electricity.
Thunder is electricity.
force.
Thunder is force.
Force and sound.
Can I come out of Corbin then?
I don't have that.
I do.
But yes, but that wouldn't necessarily do anything because it would have a range.
I
A
thought
chromatic order isn't necessarily electricity; it's magic.
I cast it in front.
Just
I cast
because
it
the
behind.
door is magical does not mean you have to do anything to the room to get through the door. It just means you have to do a bit more to get through the door than open it.
What about going and asking our new friend, hey, what's up with this crazy room?
Yeah.
Just go, yeah, just one back. Go, so we went into this room, and there's a fuck ton of death.
Can we just ask what is on each tier? Because I'm sure you've said it and I missed it.
These are crayfish.
Giant crayfish.
Right.
So crayfish about the size of a Great Dane.
How dangerous is a crayfish?
Well,
you've
normally-
actually, you guys have actually already fought 4 of these.
Have we?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is all where we did enemies abound on them and they fought each other.
Right. Yes.
Oh, right, okay.
Not very dangerous.
Couldn't you technically just cast that now and just watch them kill each other?
I don't know if you can
The
cast a spell
radius.
through magic, through glass.
Yeah.
Is it line of sight? And
I
the
believe they
ways
can hear
it
you.
prevents the actual.
Damn it, double
Can,
grazing.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
so
that argon.
they're giant.
Filled gap between the two.
what intellectual level are they?
Crayfish.
Crayfish.
Spaniel after being kicked by a horse.
After being kicked.
Yeah, crayfish are like intelligence 3.
Okay.
This is
so,
not a sentient race. This is complete animal instinct base level.
I
Okay.
think we could
Is
just
is anyone particularly good at animal handling? Could we befriend the crayfish?
That's a fair
Remy,
To not
Remy's
attack us.
convinced he's great at everything.
I have a
What are
plus
the animals on the other tiers, if you don't
So
mind?
top level giant crayfish.
Yes.
Next level in
Yes.
giant
scorpions.
scorpions.
Scorps. Okay, scorps.
Next level in are sea lions, and I don't mean or balance a ball on my nose. I mean
Wet lion.
actual water elemental lions.
Okay. Thank
Bottom
you.
level manticores, lions with wings and scorpion tails.
Okay.
Cool.
Shotgun crayfish.
You son of a
Probably very
bitch!
effective, yeah.
Bang!
Yeah.
These are the shotgun.
Well, that
combat
means that
but,
Church is going first at least.
No, well, if
Oh, hang on.
say if we break the glass, Church liked his fishing earlier. We have bait.
Ah.
Could I use an Eldritch Blast to create a certain size hole? How does Eldritch... Or is it like
Eldritch
energy?
Blast cannot affect non-living things.
Ah,
this
some
isn't
bitch.
working out.
That's a good point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 3.
Near this
6,
door at the
6,
bottom,
4, 3.
can I search for any signs of how to unlock the door?
You can roll me an Arcana check.
19.
Oh, good roll.
Very good roll.
I am
No.
a wizard.
The system in front of you.
Yeah.
It's sort of the door itself, standard door, but it's got this tiled mosaic in front of you. And as you look at it, it shows 4 different images. It shows someone getting into a hot bath.
Okay.
That's hot.
Ooh, okay, so we cook the crayfish.
It shows someone laid on grass, face down, as if they're breathing it.
Okay, so we make a sacrifice. So someone's going to have to put themselves into the
Shotgun up.
scorpions.
Someone drinking wine.
Well, that's obviously Remy.
And then the last one is someone rubbing their hand along what looks to be rough shell, seashell. And then the last image, which is done in a different set of colours, sort of almost instructional, is of a head with the 4 images inside.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, can I see if I can. The mosaic tiles, can they be moved?
No. What happens is they ripple and show an image, then ripple and show an image, ripple and show an image. The last image is the important one of the 4 images being held inside a head.
Yeah, so
So you have to
picture
think of-
something. No, that's the thing.
Oh, it's another bunny riddle.
No. Not at all. It's not riddle.
Says Altman.
Was it?
Altman's got the answer.
So
Invisible.
Altman, you could, if you think you've got the
Okay,
answer,
so
what
I'm
do
going
you
to think
what
about
do
my
you think
happy
people have to
place.
do? What's your happy place?
I don't really want to say that on stream because it's far too perverted for this.
What do you think
yeah,
the
yeah.
answer is? What do you think the answer is?
So hot bath,
Yep.
smelling grass,
Yep. Taste of wine
taste of wine,
and the feel of seashells.
and feel of seashells.
It's a
On
picnic
foot.
picnic on the beach.
I was going to go with the movie Gladiator, but yeah. I'm the son. No, father of a murdered son.
The son of a murdered father.
What?
The son of a murdered wife. Father to a murdered wife.
Husband. Script needs some work.
It's like, Russell, are you alright?
No. Don't ask me about the.
No, the old guy's CGI.
Bass player in an average Australian band.
Okay, so you think the answer is to picture the happy place?
Yeah.
To be able to
Picture
progress
the
with?
images. You could
Oh.
be on the right lines there.
I would say
Yeah, I'd
imagine
Picture
home.
the
I'd-
feelings that are in
I
your
Yeah.
face.
picture Picnic on the beach. Sat on
To
the grass,
encapsulate
picnic
it
on the
on.
beach.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you were
'cause
on the grass with the shells and the
Yeah,
and
the
sand.
shells on the beach, the sand, drinking a glass of
Yeah.
Merlot, you know.
Okay.
I am the god of tits and wine.
If
In that case,
I want you to roll me.
we need to have a discussion.
an intelligence, as if you were rolling an intelligence save,
That's okay.
because you're good at that.
I am.
Just the point.
15.
15. That's enough. That's DC 15.
Right.
You manage to hold the four sensations in your mind at the same time. The feeling of stepping into hot water, the feeling of the smell of gas.
Just turn around to.
Yeah, and he's just going,
Last time someone looked at me like that, I had to call the police.
the smell of fresh grass, the taste of wine, and the feeling of shells under your hand.
How did Sting help?
And the tiles ripple, trying to show all four images at the same time, and eventually turn white. And there's an audible click as the latch undoes, and the door will now open.
Booyah, I opened the door.
Yeah, in your
Okay.
face, Facebook listening.
As he steps through, he gets teleported into the manticore thing and everything attacks him. Oh
Fireballs.
no, did I just give you an idea? You've got that look on your face again.
Altman, do you want to go through first?
I'm invisible, you don't know where I am.
Technically, you don't know where I
You
am.
open the door.
Technically, if I'm invisible, someone's just opened the door.
Behind the curtain, what would have happened if we'd have gone through and magically killed all 1,000 hit points?
I honestly don't know if you guys would have been able to kill them.
Well, no. I presume what would have happened is we'd have had
I got a death.
maybe less than 4 very tired characters stood in front of a door which was still locked.
Which was still locked.
Yeah.
Question:
Okay.
Would turning the water invisible have confused the crayfish enough that they suffocated it in their mind?
Isn't water still clear?
Crayfish are not intelligent enough to have that. They would be like, what is going on?
Yeah, that's what I
Blah,
mean.
blah,
Like,
blah, blah. But they'd just be breathing on instinct, so
what
Don't
if I
we all
made them
breathe on
invisible to each other
they'd bump into each other.
and then attack it naturally?
Maybe. But maybe not prolonged, because they would very quickly lose sight of each other.
Yeah, true.
Doesn't invisibility only work on a creature?
Well, if you fireball the water and
Yeah.
cook them and have crayfish, like
I mean, if you could heat that much water. The amount of water, according to the book, the amount of water in the top level is enough that if you break the glass, it will fill the levels below it
Okay, interesting.
until it drains away.
would that not drown everything else?
No, because everything else is in glass.
Oh, I see. That's
There would just be water on top of them.
break glass, then break the glass, then break the glass.
And
the
set them
other-
all 3 because they'll float, won't they?
Scorpion, right? Manticore will probably.
Yeah, I'll give you the scorpion.
And the sea lion definitely will. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on. I'm just.
We're going to go through the bottom room. For Altman gets any ideas.
You open the door. The room is lavishly appointed, like some sort of noble's study. There's rugs, fine pillows, some soft furnishings. A stand in one corner contains a hookah. There's bottles and bottles of wine, quite a lot of which are empty.
What?
Oh, that's a shame.
And in the room, reclining about the room, are 4 men in various bits of plate mail. Very drunk, big grins on their faces. And a much more somber looking character sat on a large sofa opposite the door. His armour is a little bit ornate. He's got wings sculpted into the back of his armour. And his helmet has a ruff that comes over the top. And he's got a goblet in one hand and he's watching the door. When the door opens, he goes, "Ah, so you've come to get me. Wait, who are you?" I don't know why I did that. That's the wrong room. Where are we?
Is this an individual we recognise from Baldur's Gate, for example?
Well-
General Farthing.
Farthington?
Farthington.
Farthington. Really need to remember my fucking names. This is the problem with going off script. Yes, and he goes, "Wait, you're not Sir Bluto. Who the hell are you lot?"
Internal affairs.
Internal affairs.
He goes, shit. Yes, officer. What can I do for you?
We're here to see the books.
He looks straight and goes, what books?
We were told there were books to be checked. That's why we're here. We've heard you've been fudging the numbers.
Wait. So you've been sent to a volcano in the middle of the wilds,
Yep.
a secret set of stairs that were buried under some bad guys, to past the Sphinx, through, I don't know if you've seen it, the Room of Terror out there,
Yep.
to check my books.
Yeah. We're a thorough team of internal affairs.
So if IA put this much effort into capturing the actually corrupt police officers, they might not be a program on BBC One.
Yep. We're what should be done.
Listen, I did what I did in the line of duty.
Where's your books?
Well, I don't have them here. They're back at the station.
I don't think. I mean, would
Jesus,
they have
Mary,
books?
Joseph, and the wee donkey.
I'm going to
Nobody watched Line of Duty.
No.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's fucking incredible. Like I wasn't expecting it to be that good, but it was really good. A really good show.
No, I haven't. How many series did they do yet?
6.
No,
Six?
yeah, I missed the start, and then once it gets to so many series, it's like I can't watch that many hours of.
It's only like 6 or 7 episodes a series.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's
Yeah,
probably it's not like
it's
American
not,
where
no,
it's
it's not
24
bad at all.
episodes.
No, it's
Oh, right.
at most I think it's 8 episodes in one season.
I like it.
But no, I fully recommend it. It's a really, really good show.
Go on, Churchill, so yes, we're auditors. We're here to audit things. We've audited your rooms and your traps and your corridors and your Sphinx. Your Sphinx is not up to scratch.
Chert, roll me a persuasion. But Azarth, roll one as well, and if whoever rolls highest, I'll take.
That's what she said.
Well, it's not mine.
What'd you roll?
5.
Oh,
Yep.
bollocks, 11.
Okay.
Oh, you got
It's
it.
entirely plausible that this line of perception is not going to fulfill your expected
Can I try
requirements.
to deception roll?
What?
I have a +6 on the side.
You have +6 as well. Oh, that's even worse. Like, I was like, okay.
Can I try and intimidate him?
Well, you're not auditors.
No need to intimidate them. He gets his men to salute.
What?
I think rolled a natural 1.
Oh, he's an idiot. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
he has rolled a 1. Meaning he's fallen
What was
for
the
your gamble.
effervescent one? I have a lot of stuff.
You do?
I keep forgetting about.
Okay, well, sir, we've got a bit of trouble here, but we've got a temporary office a bit further back. Can you follow us, please?
Absolutely. My men are currently on leave. None of them are on duty. I will order them to report in as soon as their shift starts.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll be
Excellent.
a few rooms up, but yeah, plan just to follow you.
Leave all your weapons here, because I'll be ordering those separately.
He leaves them with one of his men.
But I want him to be in the middle of all 4 of us.
Yeah.
Get all the men to
I'm gonna-
group around the centre.
Yes, right, men, we're going to do a... So Churchill will hang
We'll need
back
all your weapons.
with these guys, and just say, guys, you all come to the middle, we're going to do a
Strip search.
armour audit.
Armour audit.
Okay.
An audit of armour. Just stand nice and close
No problem.
together, all within 10 feet of each other, please, that'd be marvellous.
And then we go back to the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait there, I'm going to go and get my armour auditing checklist.
Now, they're not going to have this. Like, you've done something that I wasn't going to do, but you, if you get them all to. I was like, it's not going to work. They're not going to die, and I'll just keep fighting, like, because I'll be invisible. But I was going to go with slitting their throats. So if we could get them to separate them, so that they look at the wall, so that we can make sure they don't cross thingy, and I'll just.
Yeah, no worries.
You talk to what? Like, talk to one. Well,
Oh yeah, so bring them over here. Okay, so so can Churt toggle back?
Okay.
So the same thing and go right.
Jim Bob.
Soldier number 1, just step outside, please, for the one-to-one interview. And we'll just take a round.
And then in the distance, there's
Yeah,
Yeah,
as-
ignore that.
as-
Next soldier, please.
Yeah. So we'll
Next.
just take it round the corner out of view of the others.
Okay. I need you to roll me some stealth checks, please. Altman, you get advantage, and they get huge negatives to spot you because you're invisible. Basically. Oh, actually, no, I need to roll to spot you. Don't worry about you rolling. I'm going to roll 4 dice. If I roll any natural 20s, they spot you. If they don't, they're not going to see you.
Oh man.
Nothing. Nobody spots you.
Yeah. The old stabby stab.
one by one, just pools of blood,
Yeah.
There you go.
and then I push them into the crayfish.
It's glass.
They
Oh,
sit
it's
on
still
top of the glass and bleed.
There's a red smear on the glass.
But that would attract the rest of the crayfish, would it not? And then I thunderous steps away. No, I don't, because I've run out of magic spells. Thunderclap?
Thunderclap. Thunderclapping, yeah.
So, yeah, Chet's gonna.
You
So
go
we-
with the rest
we
of
just
the
So get the others. Yeah, we'll
No,
check
we've
this
done
room
that,
out
yeah.
later. We'll plunge this room later on and drink some wine. That looks like a good place to have a long rest later on.
Yeah,
But,
so we take him back to Sir Bluto.
Sir Bluto.
Bluto.
Yeah.
As in, like,
Pluto.
Pluto's nemesis.
Once he sees Bluto and his 7 soldiers and you guys, he's like, wait a minute, what kind of internal affairs is this?
We're not internal affairs.
I'm not an auditor.
Why do you always give up the lie straight away? You're like, what do you mean? We're trying to solve the crime with the thing and the thing.
No, I just go, we're not internal affairs, you're just an idiot. There you go.
I'll have you know, I'm not an idiot. My mother said so.
Precisely.
My mum says I'm special.
Oh, Alan, you're very special.
I know. I can't seem to get this to work.
I don't know. What are you trying to do?
Well, did anyone think to cuff him?
No.
Cool.
Because auditors normally wouldn't just lead somebody out of a room cuffed, would they?
Not unless
Well,
they're
I
being
mean, why
chased.
would auditors be auditing a dungeon? But they're a military. They're a soldier basically, and soldiers don't do their own auditing because it's what my mum used to do. They have
Auditing
people for
or
that.
soldiering?
Or auditing.
Okay. Soldiers.
So, yeah, basically it counts for soldiers. Soldiers don't pay for anything themselves.
That's what my brother's father-in-law used to do for the military as well, was accounts.
Maybe.
That was because he'd been shot and
If
couldn't
they
use
had
his
to
leg.
pay for ammunition, then they think before expending it.
Well, true, but they don't have ammunition because it's stabby stuff, isn't it? They get a sword and a spear.
Well, I think that's a bit cruel, really, not giving soldiers.
I'll put that in the audit. No, hang on, I'm not an auditor. No, hang on.
This is not real. I caught up in my own lie.
Hold on. Was this your mother, not Altman's mother?
Yeah, sorry. My own mother.
Fast forward 4 weeks to church in an office somewhere. Like, look, the numbers just aren't. adding up.
Wait, I don't fucking work here.
How could you be spending 400 gold a week on spears?
Someone just goes.
Someone is skimming money somewhere.
What do you mean you don't collect them after you use them?
And someone leans in and goes, Church, the office Christmas party next week. You still haven't contributed? Janice is leaving.
Churt inadvertently finds himself in a world that he never expected to.
Church is just like,
What happened to my
what the
world?
fuck am I doing? He gets on the
I don't work here.
I think this room
You're
has
married
been
to
successful
Sandra. You've got 3 kids.
As he leaves, the office manager and the CEO are like, there goes the best damn auditor that ever pretended to work here.
No idea where he came from.
Where did he come from? Where did he
You
go? Where
rides
did he
in.
come from?
Can't I, Joe?
Yes, or in
Single-
this case,
Single-handedly
Auditor
solved
Churt.
the handcuff crisis of Station 12.
Oh man.
What game?
Oh god.
Will we ever solve the mystery of the 4 guards that were just
Were
found
murdered.
dead?
I think
Nope.
he had a stroke.
Food poisoning.
Catastrophic food poisoning.
I'm definitely visible now. It must have been an hour, surely.
You're here now. You're at the back now.
Oh, we need
Okay. Once you walk in, he
Need a nap.
realizes that his former commanding officer, along with 7 heavily armed and armoured knights, and you guys are all in the room.
And a dead
he's just
body.
like,
Don't forget the dead body.
and he's just like,
Not Gary. Gary's mate, Dave.
Yep.
fine, you got me.
Sir Balford, or Bluto, sorry. Sir
Bluto.
Bluto. Thank you very much.
We did as we did as we
He
said.
will reward you next session because we are actually on 10:30.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, Sid's there. Garion, Sid, Garion is still alive.
Yeah.
We haven't killed him.
Not yet. I'm about to kill him.
Yeah.
He's guarding the door to see if Telcook's there, but he will rejoin the party next session.
Not necessarily.
Where he'll have to do all the things we did while we watch.
Yeah, you have to listen. That sounded creepy.
Yeah.
It
Uh,
sounds-
Well, maybe not.
Maybe more so for by his new role as an auditor.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. I see.
We have had a really good, really fun time. It's been nice getting back into it. Right, that will do us for this week.
Thank you very
I'd
much.
like to say thank you very much for watching. To
Shall we
Sid
take
and
a
our other
long
viewer.
rest?
There is good news for the party. For next session, even you, Sid, I would like the party
that's
to level up
bullshit.
to level 9, please. Including Remy.
Thank you. All right, very
Because
good.
this is milestone experience, so everyone levels up at the same time. Rather than getting experience per creature, I just tell you when you level up.
Okay. Yeah. No,
I'm doing that now.
agree with that. Sure beans.
It means I can keep a bit more control on it. I don't have to throw you a couple of extra monsters to get you to where I want you to be. I can just be like, bam, you level up.
Done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get you. I get you.
To be fair, we defeated that room and that room.
You've defeated 2 rooms of quite high level bad guys without really fighting them. So it's more than enough experience with what you've earned previously to be level 9.
This really is a whole new approach for our team. This is not the way we normally.
You've ruined
Oh,
it.
yeah, ruined it. All it took.
We were successful. We didn't kill anything, really.
Yeah.
What have you done?
What happened? What do you mean you didn't kill anything really? You just slit 4
Yeah.
unarmed guards' throats for no reason
Yeah, but
other than.
No one knows that I did that.
No, apart from Church.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, it does that.
So yes, to those of you watching, or any of you watching this on record afterwards, thank you very much for tuning in. We hope you've enjoyed us basically chatting shit and laughing at each other.
Hopefully, Facebook
we did
is
some.
back up and running.
We
soon.
did some D&D in there as well. I know we did some because I rolled some dice.
Yep.
And we will see you all next session.
Very good.
Have a very good time. Have a